I work in an industry where if the customer's always right, they wouldn't need my help.
Yeah, that's what.
Customer's never right.
I remember watching QI once, and they said like a translation of someone that worked in language, like customer translated into another language is it was something like some scum sucking arsehole. And you had a load of people in the audience cheering, and a load of them working retail. I was like, yes!
Yeah, sounds about right.
If like the one at work, they're like, you can't call them customers anymore. We have to call them guests. And I'm just like, why? Because like, are we under an illusion about the dynamic of this? They come here, pay for a service, we give them food. Like, this, it's not like a mystery here.
You're not inviting them over to your house.
Like, guests I like and I choose to have round. These are people who are paying and won't fucking leave. And I can't tell to leave.
But I think it's the same. It's the same dynamic as like as in like a hotel. Because you also don't call them customers there. You call them guests.
I know, but I always find the ones who call them like guests are I like the ones who've got to stick up their arse and they're literally just like, oh look at me, I'm God's gift to the world. And it's like, fuck off, you know. But you don't call it customers to their face. I accept that. But when you're talking and they're not in earshot, you can go customers and they're guests actually. Just like, no, they're not. Guests are invited and leave when you ask. These people will stay here at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning because they want to have a good time and carry on chatting. And I want to go fucking home.
You gotta get nice people though, every now and then.
You get nice people every now and then, and more often than not, the nice people are the ones who will. They are nice. The problem is, the nice people are never the ones you remember. You always remember the arsehole.
Yeah.
Like, you can have 5 good relationships, but you always remember that one dick that was really rude to you and never fucking called you back.
Well, that's a human thing. It's a survival tactic to remember bad things over good things.
Mm.
I don't know. When I worked at the movie theater, I always remembered the joy of whenever I would attempt to speak French to our francophone customers.
Mm.
And they're like, oh, we're getting service in our language. That's awesome. It would be terrible French, but at least they're happy that I tried.
The other thing, like, with like French Canadian, I'm a bit like, you're Canadian. You just speak French.
No, you don't just, like, not everybody here speaks French. It's like...
No, but I'd say, like, French Canadian, it's just a Canadian person who speaks French because they're still born in Canada.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get French Canadian. I'm just like, you're Canadian. No, you're Canadian.
No,
you just have a tendency. Carry on.
It's a whole separate culture and like a whole separate. It's also saying like indigenous too. Like they're part of the country on a legal standpoint, but ultimately it's a completely different culture.
Maybe it's
like saying English people and Welsh people are the same. They're not. It's two separate cultures. Sure, they might be part of the same country, but they're different cultures.
Words.
I mean, saying it to someone who's English, I'd be like, no. But if you said it to a Welshman, they'd get really offended. Just like, yeah, no, okay, I wouldn't say that to a Welshman. I don't know.
Yeah.
I suppose part of me is a bit like, it's just because I don't. It's that French thing I find weird. I don't get it.
Well, yeah. and then you've also got different nationalities of French Canadians, because you have the Quebecois, and then you have the Franco-Ontarians, and then you have the East Coast Francophones.
Okay, now I'm really thrown.
So like you don't like there's the Francophone, like the French Canadians, but they also have separate communities within that community that are also very different people, like different culturally. So like, yeah, no,
it's complicated.
It's like having the entirety of Europe in one country, like we say we're one country, but in reality we are France, Germany, Spain.
You're in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't Europe just one big country? Pretty sure that's how it works.
It's a continent,
Yeah.
not a country.
You're all just Europeans.
Exactly.
Stop with this English,
Also,
French.
technically, England's an island, not part of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright. Well, anyway.
It's just because it was the French thing I never got, because I was always just like, why would anyone want to be French? It's shit.
Well,
Hey now.
and the Quebecois are separatists. They keep wanting to separate from Canada every now and then.
Scotland. The Quebecois are
Yeah.
Scottish.
Yep, they are the Scottish people of Canada, which is hilarious because we actually do have Scottish people here. The Cape Bretons.
Oh, in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. So, Duranu, you would be scribe this week if you're okay with that.
Sure.
And Quentin, I believe you were the last scribe, right?
We?
Alright. Do you want to give us a quick recap?
Alright, so starting off, Orc guy had arrow through his dick. I have that written in notes, highlighted, so that was getting mentioned.
That's canon.
Yeah, definitely. So, Chad, Karen's new form, Chad and Daranu went on trying to assassinate hobgoblins. They got through a few more. They tried to assassinate one guy, bigger, butcher, well-armed dude. Failed. They had an attack. Karen and Chad, or someone else, I can never remember, and Daranu ran to the east. Just as Daranu puffed out his Drake from where Ophelia and Quinton was, we went running in. Got there, couldn't find them. Managed to meet back up, and then we decided to take opportunity of the numbers they had decreased and attack again. So we tried, and we're in the middle of a fight, and the ogre's down, dead.
Alright. Thank you for that recap. So, it is, first to fall, 5 p.m. We'll go back to the battle in progress.
We'll run or die.
We're all gonna die. Uh-oh, someone's phone's going off. Alright, so I believe it was Marcellinus' turn, which I think you're playing Duranu, right?
Yes, I was controlling him for now.
Alright. Until we find some more players.
Oh. And the tiefling up there is an illusion. I just remembered that. I haven't written down tiefling's illusion at the end.
No.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Alright, so Marcellinus, what are you gonna do?
So, Marcellinus does know that is an illusion. So, he's gonna... Are these rocks difficult terrain?
Yes.
Okay, then. 15, 20... Okay, see. So, he is going to throw... May as well throw a javelin at this guy, who I believe was dodging, if I remember rightly.
Yes, he is dodging. He's got the dodge on him.
Then we will continue to throw a javelin at him.
Alright, so 8 will miss as the javelin just flies over him.
So that is my bonus turn.
Yep, alright, so that's it for Marcellinus. The Hobgoblin goes. He is going to yell something in Goblinoid, raise his shield, and bravely continue to dodge. Philia.
Alright then. She's gonna go ahead and move this. Actually, let me see how far this can move. Give me a second. Before I move everything around. Oop. It can move 60 feet. Okay. So she'll move this tentacle right there as her bonus action. And Philia, I don't think Philia knows that this is an illusion, right? Or does she see Marcellinus kind of like stab at it?
I think she saw, because I think you tried to run through it or something and it didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah. No, javelin went straight through it. So.
Yeah, I think he threw a javelin at it.
Okay. So I have a few more left. She will move right here. And she will cast Eldritch Blast at this one right here.
Which one?
This one. Right next to Daranu.
Okay, the one with the bow over there.
Oop.
So you blast at him with an Eldritch Blast. Unfortunately, 11 is not enough. And it just, well... Yeah, plus he's got cover from the dire wolf. So yeah, that definitely would not hit.
That'll be her turn.
Alright, no one.
So, this bush here, that's difficult terrain, eh?
Yes, running through... It's a tree. This is difficult terrain. This center is kind of difficult terrain. It's kind of the surrounding area isn't, though, because it's overhead.
Okay, I just kind of want to use my movement to get beside, at least close to, Philia.
Okay.
If I have, like, I guess if I have, do I have to use my, I have 40 feet of movement. Do I have to use my, full, like, do I have to use my, action to get there, or?
So if you move along the edges of the trees, you don't have to. As long as you're kind of staying to the north up here.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to get close to her at least.
Okay.
And I believe I have my daggers out. I have my dagger out. Or do I have my...
I thought you had your bow out, though I don't see you marked
I have
with it.
my bow.
You may have stowed it, so I think you don't have any weapons out right now.
Okay, I will take out my dagger.
Okay, so you draw... Yeah.
But I'm going to cast a spell.
Alright, so you draw your dagger as an item interaction for free.
Yeah.
And you begin to cast... What are you casting?
I'm casting Chill Touch. And I'm going for... I think this guy right here.
The dodging guy? Alright. So a 4...
Which isn't gonna...
Yeah. 4 would miss him as he dodges the attack, still yelling for backup.
Okay. And that ends my turn.
Alright, the dire wolf goes.
Right. Does Daranu's Drake, is he close enough to work with pack tactics for the direwolf?
Could you link pack tactics? Yes.
Okay, cool. So, in theory, then that just cancels out his dodge, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just gives you a straight attack.
Right. So I am going to burn an inspiration die to give myself advantage.
You can't.
Give-
You can't
Oh,
overlap
no.
them. It would always
Okay.
be a wash, even if you have multiple. But 24 will strike
Okay.
as
Then I
you
do
jump.
that.
Biting for 10, which takes him down. Oh.
There is so if the target is a creature, it must succeed a DC 13 Strength save or be knocked prone.
Well, he was definitely knocked prone.
Okay. Right. Okay. So and then there's these down here. So I don't like that. There's two of them, but I also don't. Right. Okay. I'm gonna run it here and use that as cover.
Alright, you run into the trees there. Anything else?
No, because that was my action and that was my movement, so no.
Alright. The hobgoblin goes. The one back here. Does your pet look wounded, Doranu?
A bit.
Alright, so is he actually at what it says he's at?
Yes.
Alright, so then he's gonna take a shot at your pet. Because he would rather take a shot at someone who's engaged. He doesn't have that, so he's just gonna shoot at a wounded person, hoping to take him out. Oh, 20, I believe, would hit, right?
Yeah, he's dead.
Alright, so... Oh, maybe
Oh,
not.
shit. Okay.
So the arrow luckily skims him, gives him a little cut, but he is still somehow up. That's it for that hobgoblin. Oh, actually, I just remembered this guy's leadership going. D4 to a attack or saving throw. Okay, so yeah. This guy here is going to draw his sword and rush up to the pet, trying to take him out. Actually, I think he's going to engage the... no, you know what? Never mind. He's going to stay back. He is going to ready an arrow and then end his turn, readying an action. This guy here is also going to ready an arrow, readying his shot. Doranu.
Okay. He wasn't dodging was he? So we will chuck another arrow in his direction.
Alright. Take a shot at the captain. 13 is not going to be enough, though, and it would just fly past him.
Okay. That's Duranu's turn. Bringing it to the Drake, who will...
You're going to use a bonus action?
No,
Okay.
not got one to use. The
so-
Drake will move there and then dodge.
Alright, so the Drake backs off, trying to stay alive. Captain Graves goes. He is gonna go at the dire wolf. As he gets there, the two ready actions go off, so this guy fires at the dire wolf. Pew! Nope, completely misses. This guy fires at the dire wolf. Ooh, 20 I think is gonna get you.
Yep.
So he does 8 piercing plus martial advantage, which I will roll. 6 and 8, so 14 damage. And then Captain Graves is going to take his multi-attack.
Yeah. Oh, actually, lose it.
Great Sword. 6, I believe, misses.
Yeah, miss it.
11? Oh, yeah, that'll miss too. Luckily, he stumbles a bit and you dodge both of his great sword swings. So, out of the shadow, there is a poof as the enemy punchy guy comes into view. The Iron Shadow, he's gonna punch no one, or at least try to.
Ah, yes, conveniently flanked.
12, that would miss you, right?
12 misses.
Alright, he's gonna turn towards Philia and try to punch her. Oh, that is a crit. So he punches you for 8 points of damage.
8 points. Okay.
Then he will take his third strike on Philia, which will hit you again for another 7, so 15 total.
Oof, that is.
So where are you mind? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was just saying there was no. Didn't look like the damage was going through. And his final attack. Does he have a spell he wants to use? No, he's going to do another punch. 17, I think, would get you.
Yep.
For another 7 bludgeoning.
Oof.
That's it for the Iron Shadow. Marcellinus. Philia is looking very hurt from that barrage. I think she's near death, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Marcellinus doesn't like this guy. So he is going to try and stop him a little.
Alright. Marcellinus runs up to attack.
I got a shield equipped and blah 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 blah, so he will go with his longsword.
Alright, so he rushes up stabbing. Oh yeah, 15 will strike him as he's punching poor Philia. He
For
takes
11 points of damage.
11. Stumbling back a little. Second, or no, that's it for you, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have more.
No
yeah.
smite or anything?
Not on this turn.
Okay. That is it for Marcellinus. New round. The Hobgoblin is dead. Philia.
Philia will go ahead and move her Tentacle of the Deep to basically smack the tiefling.
Okay.
Let me pull out the attack.
Tiefling Betrayal. Oh yeah, 21 will smack him as the tentacle comes up punching him for 2 points of damage.
And then Philia will go what? I know, right? How dare you? On guard!
Whoosh.
Oh, she can't do that. She has Marcellus and no one around her. Sorry, Trisha.
She can disengage if you want to give up your action to move away without taking an attack.
Okay, she'll disengage.
Okay.
And
actually, at this point, the other tiefling image would poof away.
so I guess she can move freely now, right? Just kind of move back.
Yes, without taking an opportunity attack.
Just move back here, and that'll be her turn.
He will yell something in Goblin. No one.
I am going to stab her. The Iron Shadow.
Okay.
Ignore that.
With my dagger.
Alright, so you lunge at the Iron Shadow. Yeah, 16 will strike him.
Okay, and I get sneak attack because I've
Yes.
got allies.
Yeah.
You have Marcellinus there distracting. You do 12 points of damage, which would put him near death.
Excuse me. And that ends my turn.
Alright, the Direwolf.
Right, okay, so I am going to. Right, okay, so I don't have advantage and I can hit these people without it. So I'm going to burn a inspiration to do advantage so I can have a chance at actually hitting these fast.
Going for the captain?
Yep, Graves, and that's 17.
Yes, a 17 will strike him. As you bite. Doing 7 piercing.
And he has to succeed a 13 DC strength save. Or be knocked prone.
He does. So you bite him and whip him around a bit, but he remains on his feet.
Then, as a bonus action, I am going to expend 1 first level spell slot and do a 1d8 healing for my direwolf form.
Okay.
7.
So you regain 7 hit points. Can you link the ability that heals you?
I was looking for it earlier. No, I've. That one, yeah.
Alright. Alright, and that's it for you?
Yeah, because if I move, he gets an attack, and yeah, I can't do that.
Alright, the hobgoblin in the back goes. He hears his, he heard the yell of his tiefling. He's gonna take aim at Philia, who has light cover from the rocks and trees. So she gets a bonus to her AC as he fires. Pew! Oh, no. The arrow flies past you, Philia, not making contact. This guy here is gonna move. He really doesn't like that horse running around. I think he's gonna concentrate on the direwolf, though. Moving here to get a clear shot. Well, not a clear shot, there's still trees. Firing at the direwolf, who has light cover. 19 is going to hit you. So he does 7 plus 2d6 because his boss is there.
I may lose the form.
15 points of damage total. So I believe you take 2 damage and drop to your druid form.
Yeah, so delete the direwolf and then drag myself back on, yeah.
I'll drag you back on. I still have you in the background, I believe. Where are you? Where did you transform? Oh, you're back there. Okay. Just delete the direwolf. And you can come in on any of those 4 squares. Your choice.
That's as far back as I'm getting from him, so I'm staying there.
Alright, so you take the 2 points of damage, and that is it for that guy. His buddy sees you, but you're no longer engaged with the captain, so he's going to take a shot at Philia, who has light cover still from all the stuff in the way. Let's see. Pew. 16, I believe, will hit you, Philia.
Even with the bonus of the, whatchamacallit, rocks in the body of the orc?
Yeah, because your AC is normally 12, so the cover you get is only... Isn't it? Because it says it's 12, right? Or am I reading that wrong? All right, so
No, it's fine.
the cover would give you probably a +2.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, I could say +3 for medium cover, but that would still be enough to hit you. Plus, he gets a D4 roll from his commander, giving him. Oh yeah, so 20 would definitely hit. So yeah, you would take 7 piercing, and you would go down, going unconscious and gaining a level of exhaustion. That is it for the Hobgoblin. Duranu.
Okay. We haven't been able to land a shot so far, but let's keep fucking trying. Let's aim for the captain.
All right. Well, luckily the captain hasn't been able to land a shot either. No, that would be another miss, as an arrow flies past the captain, and he growls
Okay.
at you.
Right, cool. Ending my turn, bring him to the Drake, who's going to move there and dodge.
Okay, so the Drake is running up towards the downed Philia. Captain Graves goes. He is going to rush up to Quentin and say, "You're dead, Druid," in common, surprising you a little. And take 2 greatsword swings. But 12 I think is going to miss you, right?
Yeah, that misses.
Alright. Wow. Yep, no, he swings twice and misses twice yet again, cursing. While as the foliage is getting in his way, he's kicking roots and cursing as like branches are hitting him. Arrgh. The Iron Shadow is not feeling good. Does not like where this is going. He is going to use Shadow Jaunt. Oh wait, I don't think he can. He doesn't have shadows near him. Well,
Is it possible to be under trees without having shadows?
he could move to the side a bit.
Wouldn't
Let's
the
see.
tentacle of the deep slap him though if he moved?
No, not necessarily. The tentacle isn't a real creature. It only attacks when you tell it to. Though
Okay.
Marcellinus might smack him.
He will.
I think
Depending on which direction.
I think he's gonna. Hang on, let me double check his movement. Yeah. He's gonna take the disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's gonna move over here. Ending his turn, Marcellinus.
Okay. Yeah, Marcellinus is going to. Fuck it. Marcellinus is going to Cure Wounds Ophelia. There's an action.
Okay. So he
Using-
rushes over using a spell slot, smacking her for 2 damage while he heals her for 10. Pretty good trade.
Yeah. Ignore
No, he
that.
just heals her
and
for
then-
10, yeah.
Just heals her for 10. And then can't see on his character sheet where he keeps track of how many channel divinities he has, but I believe he has both.
Yeah, he hasn't
Um,
used any of them.
Yeah, he will expend one of those for Harness Divine Power.
Okay.
Yeah, spell slot back.
So just
And then-
FYI, Philia, you, I think you used focuses for spellcasting, so you probably dropped it on the ground near you. So you do have to pick that up to be able to cast again.
Philia or Marcellus?
Philia. Marcella, when you went unconscious, you would have dropped whatever's in your hand, which I think would have been your spellcasting focus.
Yeah, my shadow book. Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an action, right?
That's a item interaction, so you could do it once for free on a turn.
Okay.
Anything else, Marcellinus?
No, that's him. action, bonus action.
Alright, new round, Philia. You are awake. You are prone. Getting up takes half of your movement.
Well, I'm not moving. I'm just seeing if it can reach.
Oh,
If
okay.
this can reach. Okay. Okay. So Philia will go ahead and pick up her book of spells, the item interaction,
Yeah.
and she will cast Eldritch Blast at the tiefling.
Alright, you did stand up before you cast that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you let off an Eldritch Blast towards the tiefling. 19 will strike him, even with light cover from the trees. For 6 points, and he is very wounded.
And for bonus action, she will move her Tentacle of the Deep to give him a good smack.
Okay, could you link the Tentacle of the Deep?
Give me a second.
So, luckily, I don't think...
You can move
Yeah,
up
move
to
30
30
feet. And yeah, the tentacle would not be affected by difficult terrain. It can just fly through things. So yeah, it flies up and swings at him.
Let me do the...
Yeah, 23 is going to hit him.
Really is pissed.
So as he's trying to get away, the tentacle would take him down.
Oh my god.
Anything else, Philia?
That will be her turn. Actually, wait. No, that's an action, right? Does Fluffy Kitty count as a party member?
Yes.
Yeah.
So can she use Healer's Kit on him or no?
Well, you already used your action to blast the
Oh,
guy.
I know,
who's
but like for
running.
next turn. For next turn.
I don't think the healer's kit actually heals unless you have a feat. It can save you from dying, but it doesn't give any HP back.
Wasn't Fluffy Kitty at 1?
He is, yeah, but he's
Yeah.
not dying yet.
He's not dying? Okay, alright.
No.
Just making sure.
Yeah,
He also doesn't die.
he
He
just
just disappears.
poofs away, yeah. The magic
Okay.
is disrupted. Alright, so
This
no
one-
one. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run. I think I can get here.
Yeah.
Hopefully to kind of give Graves another target other than Quentin.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Chill Touch because I can't quite get up to him to use my dagger.
Alright, so you send a chill touch towards
Actually-
him.
Actually, yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, so you chant casting chill touch, gesturing, and... Oh, no. 5 is not going to be enough as the magic just kind of bounces off his armor.
I don't think I've ever hit with this spell.
Quentin.
Right, so Graves is. What does it look like he's wearing armor-wise?
He is wearing... I think it's half plate.
Okay, we're gonna do this then. I was gonna do that, but no. Right, I am going to cast Heat Metal and target Graves' half plate armor.
Alright, so you chant summoning energies to do heat metal.
So he takes 10 points of fire damage, and then the Constitution save is to try and take off the armor.
Let's see.
I think the con save is
Oh.
To
Just
drop
to drop
it.
or
Yes.
not drop it.
Yeah, he can't
No,
take off
it's-
the armor.
so it has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Alright, so...
I think that was the con save, I believe.
Can't drop his armor 'cause he's
Yeah,
wearing it.
so mark yourself as concentrating.
Right, okay, and then if that's worked, so then Quentin is going to Do I want to turn into a badger and hide, or do I want to run like fuck? We're going to. The wild shape's my safety net. Okay, we're going to run like fuck. There it is.
They're taking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, but he's got disadvantage. The concentration. So I'm going to run.
Alright, so if you attempt to run, he will take an Oppie on you at disadvantage.
Yep, so I get there. Hopefully.
So he takes a great sword swing.
Oh.
Nope.
12 will miss you. Yep. So you rush over there, and he uses his reaction.
Yep.
Anything else?
I'm ducking us behind a bush or a tree or something. I can't do anything, but I'm hiding the best I can.
Alright, so you take cover behind the tree there.
No, I'm going to use my bonus action to wild shape and do a direwolf. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Alright, so go ahead and bring out the dire wolf again.
As a buffer. Yep. Yep. Okay.
So that is it for you.
Yep.
The hobgoblin goes. He is gonna throw down his bow. Oh wait, this is the hobgoblin in the back now. He is gonna fire at the dire wolf. So he comes up 25, 30. And he takes a shot at the dire wolf, who has cover from no one. Pew! Well, that is going to crit.
Okay.
So you take 9 points of damage. Luckily, he did not have his buddy giving him sneak attack on that.
It's the direwolf's constitution for the that, isn't it?
Yes, so you make a con save as the dire wolf. So you hold the spell.
Oh, this is nerve-wracking.
This guy is going to throw down his bow, rush up, draw his sword, and strap his shield in place as his action. So he dropped his bow on the ground here. And that is it for him. This guy back here is she's gonna come up here and take a shot at no one. Seven will miss you as the arrow flies past Duranu.
Okay.
Sorry,
move. Let's move to get a clear shot on the captain.
Alright, so you move into position.
And still, let's just keep going for the head. 15.
No, 15 is going to miss as his armor once again protects him. Ding. Anything else?
No, that is me. Bringing it to the Drake, who is... move here.
Alright, the Drake rushes down to you. I assume dodging again.
Dodging again.
Alright, Graves goes. And I think, does he take the damage on his turn? Or your... That's on your turn, because you use your bonus action. That's right. So... Let's see... No, he can't really get to you. He's gonna just step up to no one and attempt to bring her down. So he does his multi-attack, hoping to
I
finally...
look like Trisha right now.
Or,
I
yeah,
look like Trisha right now.
Trisha, yeah. 16?
Shield.
Alright, so use your reaction to cast shield, bringing you up to 19, which will miss.
I think it's 20.
Oh, it says your AC is 14.
Yeah, but I have the Blade Song going, which gives me a bonus.
Oh, okay. So then you're at
plus-
20.
Yeah.
He is actually going to move around to get flank and swing a second time at you. Oh, 24 I think is going to get you.
That's gonna get me.
Alright, so he does 9 from his greatsword. Sneak attacks for another 9, so he does 18 damage total.
Oh.
Can hit really hard when he finally hits.
Oh.
So that is it for Graves. The Iron Shadow...
I'm at 1 hit point.
Shh. You can't tell him that. You just say you're badly wounded.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
The Iron
No, it's
Shadow...
just that got me real bad.
Yeah, that was a big hit. The Iron Shadow is dead, so Marcellinus, bottom of the round.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna try and stab this guy.
Alright, so he has flank.
Yeah.
Haha.
19.
21 will strike with the flank as
Okay.
no one distracts him, and
That is 8 damage plus infused strike from the Drake, bringing it to 14. Drake used his reaction.
alright, the captain is near dead with that attack. Anything else?
We could might, but we're
I think you have to
Yeah,
choose
that-
smite before the damage is rolled. You can't do it after.
yeah, that makes perfect sense. He's gonna save it anyway.
Okay. Philia.
Ilya will go ahead and move over here and then cast Ray of Frost at Captain Graves. Let me link that for you. Give me a second.
Alright, so she clutches her book, chanting and gesturing as a beam of blue light streaks at him.
How do I even use this spell? Hold on.
It looks like you make a ranged attack. Spell attack. So if you click on it to actually cast it, yeah, 22 will strike him. Ooh, 6 cold. He is badly wounded but still alive.
And then as a bonus action, she will destroy. Well, can it? Let me see. Let me see something right quick. That's rough terrain.
Doesn't count for the tentacle.
Yeah, the tentacle isn't affected by rough terrain.
Okay, so she will move the tentacle to go come give him a good smack.
So she would have to stop. She could get it here or here. That's 35 feet you went.
Right here.
Yeah, it can only go up to 30 feet.
And then 10 feet. No, it's 15. Gosh dang it.
Well, you could put it
Well-
here, one to the south, and that would be a 10-foot attack to hit him.
Give me.
So you can put it like right here, yeah. Alright, so yeah, it swings out at him.
Okay, let me link it.
Moonbiter yells, "Remember, we need him alive!"
You're not part of this fight. Go away.
Alright,
Feeling just sees
22 will
blood.
strike.
She just sees red. She just sees red at this point in time. She
Uh,
just sees red.
he is killed by the tentacle. even by their size. Anything else?
Phila will kind of. Is Quentin near death or no?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And that'll be her turn.
Alright, no one.
Trisha is going to disengage and get out of there.
Alright, so she backs up. So she, remember, your allies are difficult terrain. So I guess you could go, 25, 35. This is probably about the farthest you can get to right south of the lizard.
40?
Yeah, because your allies are difficult terrain, and the tree area there is difficult terrain.
Oh, okay.
So you're kind of moving through the bushes, like this. The branches are hitting you, and you're trying to run through them as quick as you can. Anything else?
That ends my turn.
All right. The hobgoblins. No. So that is now. Wait. Where's the dire wolf?
Okay.
Oh, I see. Because it is your turn. So, Direwolf, what are you gonna do?
Okay. Remind me, healing hands.
You gonna keep his armor burning?
No, I'll drop that because there's no point worrying about that. He's dead. Okay. No one's really flanking anyone, so I don't have advantage. And if I'm just moving myself forward a little bit just so I can see who's where. Okay, I am going to this one. I'll go down to this one and I will burn an inspiration point to attack him with advantage. So that.
Alright, you spend
14.
another inspiration. 14 will miss though.
Okay.
Gracious.
Anything else?
No, because the wolf has no bonus action, and yeah. No, I can't dodge as a bonus action, so.
Alright. This guy yells something at Philia and Goblinoid, and he will...
What did he say?
He says, "You killed our captain." And he'll take a shot at the direwolf.
He killed the captain, so I get a shot at him. It's a miss, because I have... Yeah.
Alright, he runs down here, ending his turn. This guy is going to... He's gonna make a morale check. Yeah, he's fighting. Like, let's do this. So he is going to attack the wolf, slashing with his longsword. 13 will just miss you. This hobgoblin is going to shoot at the wolf. Thunk. 16 will get you, yeah. For 3 plus 6, 9 points of damage. And he as well is falling back. Duranu.
Okay, Duranu is... I don't like people running away. I'm going to move down here. And I'm going to shoot at this guy.
Okay.
And hopefully just not continue to miss. A 10.
No, the arrow flies past him.
Okay.
As you charge up on your horse. Your Drake goes.
Yep.
Captain Graves is dead. Marcellinus.
He's gonna slash at this guy. 23.
Yeah, so 23 would get him as he's blocking at the direwolf. Marcellinus comes in from the side, doing 10 points. Gravely 11? Oh, well, that will take him down.
Yeah, that's his turn.
Alright, Philia.
Elia's gonna go ahead and move. This is rough terrain, so could she? Cause she has exhaustion, doesn't she? Yeah. So could she?
Yeah, she has 1 level of exhaustion, which gives her disadvantage on all skill checks.
She'll move here. She'll do the move right there. Okay.
Okay.
And let me see something right quick. Okay, I'll reach. Philia will go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast on the hobgoblin down here.
Alright. So she sends some Eldritch energy firing at him. 15 will miss, unfortunately. Flies past him and hits the wall here.
No worries. And both actions she will summon. I can't see it anymore. I'm just assuming that I'll bring it over here. My Tentacle of the Deep.
You want to move it 30 feet towards the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really see it. It's darkness. And then that will be her turn.
Alright, the direwolf goes.
Okay, so... not actually moving this way, I just want to move so I can see roughly that.
Well, you couldn't, so you're going to move 10 feet to get there?
No, alright.
Well, since you did it, you would have had to have done it, because or else you wouldn't have seen that guy.
Alright, so there, and then I'll just move down this way and stay in cover and take the dodge action.
Okay, so you're dodging as you stalk through the trees. No one.
I'm not doing too well, so I'm gonna go 40.
So this would be difficult terrain, and kind of the middle greener areas here are difficult terrain. The outer areas aren't as bad.
Okay. I will use my action to hide.
Okay, so you hide in the brush using stealth. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Oh yeah, you disappear, which is good because this guy was about to aim at you, and he kind of looks there and doesn't see you anymore. Anything else?
That ends my turn.
All right, Quentin. No, that's the direwolf. Why does it keep putting that out of order? That's weird. So the direwolf / Quentin went. The hobgoblin here, as I said, no longer sees you. So he's going to take a shot at the Drake. Is the Drake dodging? No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. He did dodge on his turn.
If he's dodging, he's going to take a shot at the wolf, who's stalking towards him. Oh, well, if he's dodging, he's going to take a shot at Duranu.
Yeah, I'm like stood right next to him.
Pew! Nope.
Yeah, missed it.
So he's going to run this way. That's it for him. That other guy is dead. And this guy is also going to take a shot at Duranu. 17. Alright, so you are struck for 5 piercing. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as he rushes up this way around the house. Duranu.
Duranu's really irritated at himself at this point because he just can't fucking shoot anything.
Well, so he's not the only one.
So Duranu's gonna move here. And then he's just gonna fucking shout at this guy really fucking loudly.
Okay.
Oh. Don't fuck no damage, please.
Alright, so con save. He would resist it, so does he take half?
Yes, I believe so.
Alright, so there's a loud boom of thunder energy, and he is knocked for 1 point of damage, but is still looking pretty good. I assume that's it for you?
Yes, that's it for me.
Alright, so the Drake goes. Is it coming with you, or is it staying back and dodging?
It's gonna move. Move and then dodge. So,
Right.
yeah, it's probably gonna go down to this tree line here.
It runs
40
forward,
feet.
dodging. Marcellinus.
He's gonna move there.
Right, so I think
And
you'd be
then-
one back because of the difficult terrain.
That's fair. Which puts him at disadvantage range and him at disadvantage range. So... Fuck it. Yeah, he'll dodge.
Alright, so he takes the dodge action, being cautious. Philia.
Phila will go ahead and move her tentacle of the deep right here. That should allow for
Alright,
for plus action. It's going to give a good smack to the hobgoblin.
right, so as he's running away, the tentacle comes up, whipping at him. Oh, no, he easily dodges it.
And then Phila will cast Eldritch Blast.
Alright, she sends a blast down at him, which hits the wall. He yells an expletive at you in Goblinoid.
Leave me alone, lady!
A little bit
That was
more expletive than that. Anything else?
That'll be her turn. That'll be her turn.
At the
The
minute, there's just left.
dire wolf.
Right, okay, I am going to either run this way to... No, hang on, I want to check how far I can get by 15. 25. 15, not 15. 45, and then I can do there, which would give flanking. Let's do this shit. So I'm gonna come here.
You would have some difficult terrain.
Okay.
So you could only get to about here with one move.
Okay, they're in 5 feet, and I have the bite.
Yeah, you've got advantage.
5 feet reach. Yeah. So I'll do my bite with pack tactic.
Alright.
13.
No, that would not be enough, and you just sort of bite his armor as he is unaffected damage-wise.
Okay. And that's it. There's only 7 hobgoblins left anyway.
Alright, no one.
Bishop! Drama!
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, Trisha's done. She's out of here.
She got a nasty wound on her arm. He's bleeding a bit.
I believe you've done this.
So I think that's about 25 feet. Would that be... Could I get there?
Yeah, that would be fine.
And she's gonna hide again.
Alright, so she ducks into the brush over there. Quentin.
Done.
Keeps moving the direwolf. I'm just going to delete that. Yeah. So you went already. The hobgoblin goes. He's going to take a shot at Philia because he's tired of your magic. Or wait, no, it's this guy. This guy is not in a good situation. He is going to take out his sword, his bow in his other hand, which he's not using right now, and he's going to take a stab at Taranu's horse.
Highly fair.
Oh, crit.
Okay.
Gets him right in the leg for 10 points of slashing damage. And the horse
10 points.
He kind of stumbles back a bit. Nasty wound. I think he's still up though, right?
He is just.
Okay. The other hobgoblin is going to shoot at Philia. Pew! Oh, completely miss. Then he's going to run this way, trying to GTFO. Duranu.
This house is in the way. I can't shoot that guy, can I? No. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Let's just play. Let's shout at this guy a little more.
There should technically be a barrier around the house.
It's fine. I'm just going to shout at this guy some more.
You jerk.
Like, good roar, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so you roar at him.
So I'll probably take 2 points of damage.
Hang on a second. There we go. Alright, so the guy is going to make a con save, or at least attempt to. Oh no, he would fail, so he takes all 4. And is looking pretty beat up, but still not wounded, because these guys don't have a lot of health. Anything else, Toronto?
Yeah, I'm going to use half my movement to dismount, and then come here.
Okay. That's it for you. What about your Drake?
Drake's going to go and try and bite him.
Alright, so the day Drake rushes up. How much movement does he have?
40.
Oh yeah, so he's fine. Yeah, 23 will strike, doing 5 points of damage, giving him a vicious wound, which puts him near death.
Cool.
Marcellinus.
5, 10, 15, 20. Gonna go there.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm assuming this is disadvantage range. It is, but he can still take the shot. So he's going to take the shot.
Throw a javelin.
Yep.
Alright, so you hurl a javelin, which 11 would miss, unfortunately. So it hits the floor over here near the lake or something.
Okay. That's Marcellinus' turn.
Alright, Philia.
Bonus action, she's gonna move her tentacle the deep right. Was it here? Hold on, let me make sure. It was right here, yeah.
Alright, so the tentacle follows the poor retreating hobgoblin.
She's gonna burn an inspiration to attack the hobgoblin with tentacle the deep.
Alright, it whips around with an inspired slap.
It's angry. Okay, give me a second. Oop.
Oh, no, 10 will not hit him. It just kind of clangs off onto his armor.
Okay, and Philia will go ahead and move right here.
Blasting as he runs.
Yup.
Okay, so she limps out. Oh yeah, 20 is gonna strike him. Ooh, 10. Wow, that hurt. Several pieces of his armor fly off, and he is extremely wounded. Anything else?
That will be Philia's turn.
Alright, no one. It seems like no one has followed no one. Or, sorry, Trish, right?
No one has followed Trisha.
No one has followed Trisha. As you hear sounds of combat in the distance. What do you want to do?
She's in self-preservation mode, so she's gonna keep going.
Hiding out for now. Alright. That's fair. Quentin.
I will move closer to this dude so that it's flanking, so that we're flanking, and then I'll do bite with advantage, please. Yes!
You mean +2? Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
pack
pack tactics. Alright.
Yeah.
25 will strike.
Yeah, and then I just do it.
Alright. Once again, he is successfully knocked prone as he falls down dead. Oh. Anything else?
It's an action to listen out for where the other 6 is, isn't it?
The other 6? What do you mean?
I'm keeping track of how many are left. So there's like, I know there's 6
Well,
left, so I was like...
You would assume
Hey.
they're probably either hiding or not here, because no one else has come out of the
I'm
building.
worried they were in the house waiting to ambush us. So I was a bit like, can I? So he said it takes action for me to detect if they're coming, rushing or not. So
Yeah, if you want to make a check.
I'll do a perception with advantage because I have keen hearing and smell, but it's not my perception.
Wait, how you doing the check? You already did your attack.
Oh no, then I didn't know if. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought because you said you can do it, then yeah, no worries. Okay, I'll wait for the next one. Right, and that.
All right.
I will then move just a little. I'll stay where I am. Actually. Yeah.
Okay, so this hobgoblin here is gonna fire at Philia. Pew! Nope, another 1, and he is gonna continue to retreat.
Ilya's just cackling in the distance. He's just a mad cackle.
Doranu.
Right, let's try and move so I can get a shot on this guy. Probably gonna have some cover from those trees. I will...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna attempt to shoot at him so I can continue my missing streak.
Alright. Unfortunately, 16 would normally hit, but the cover stops the arrow in the trees.
Yeah, they're on the point.
Anything else?
No, that's me.
Also, why is it not tracking your ammo? That's weird.
I don't know, I'm manually doing it. It's fine.
Here, let me check your sheet real quick. Is it turned on? It should be. No, it's not. Well, that would be why. Alright. It should do it now.
Cool.
Oh, also there's a space next to your name, so that's another reason why I wouldn't be doing it. Alright, but now it should be doing it. Drake.
Nope.
Companion. It's gonna stay there.
Drake. The Drake's gonna use its action to try and comfort the horse who's, like, being fucking rocked. Because the horse is not happy at the minute.
Standing next to a dire wolf, I'm surprised.
It's next to a dire wolf, he's got 1 hit point left and he's not happy. So, that's the Drake's turn. Just comfort the horse.
Just comfort the horse.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright.
Yeah.
So the horse is being comforted. Marcellinus.
Okay. He's gonna move 30 feet up. This guy should still be in long distance range, so...
Pull out, I guess he dropped his sword to throw a javelin, so his sword's probably back here somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's going to throw what is his last javelin.
Okay. Disadvantage throw. No, 11 would miss as the guy continues to retreat. Philia.
Yep. She will move, bonus action, she'll move her Tentacle of the Deep right here. Again, burning another inspiration.
Alright. How many inspiration points do you have left?
I have 3 left.
You had 5 inspiration points?
Yeah.
Alright.
Dramatic acting and all that, so
Fair enough. Alright, so she burns another inspiration. Yeah, 22 will strike. Doing 7 points of damage. We'll take him down. So the
Okay.
battle is over, and the group is safe, at least for now. What does everyone want to do?
I want to do a
Group.
I want to do a perception check to see if I can hear or smell them if they're hiding or if they're running away or running towards us.
You do not.
I don't hear. Okay, can I hear no one going away, running the opposite direction?
Well, where did she go? No,
She went
she's too far away. You wouldn't have any idea where she is at this
up. Okay.
point. But I assume she's gonna come back at this point, right?
Well, she doesn't like Trisha doesn't know what's happening, so she's gonna keep running.
Like, is she leaving the map or is she just hiding?
Um, I would say she'll probably leave the map, but like slowly keep hiding.
All right, so yeah, you don't know where Trisha is, but the rest of the people are kind of in the area.
Can I use the dire wolf's keen sense of smell then for a perception check to see if I can pick up her scent to track her?
Who? Trisha?
Yeah.
I guess so. That's gonna take a while. What's everyone else doing?
Elia's trying to cut off Captain Graves' head.
Okay.
Um,
If
If
you
he has
do
any-
that, Moonbiter looks at you and says no, and he puts his hands, crosses them across his chest. He says, "You did not deface the body of these fallen warriors. At least not my old captain."
Elia kind of looks at Moonbiter and be like, "You do know he tried to kill all of us, right?
He says, "And you tried to kill him, but that is the way of
It's
war."
self-defense.
He says,
It was
"Yes.
self-defense."
It was self-defense when he tried to kill you. We attacked him." He says, "The fight is over. Leave the dead for the Raven Queen. This battlefield."
Elia kind of just pouts. She was like, "I was gonna offer him up to the Fathomless."
He says, "You may do your strange rituals to the other hobgoblins here, but Captain Graves is not to be defaced." He says, "We should have spoken to him. I think we could have convinced him to give us information."
Well, can I go ahead and loot him then?
He nods. He says, the possessions of the dead are up for grabs as usual."
Just like his size and like pick some dirt, like a child having a tantrum, and just kind of goes to looting.
All right, so you're looting him. Quentin is tracking down no one. What about Duranu?
Zorano's gonna sort of walk up this way, like get within line of sight of everyone, notice he can't see Karen, and then just cast Thaumaturgy and just shout out for Karen.
So Karen, you would hear a loud yell as someone yells. You yell for Karen or Trisha?
Karen.
You hear a loud yell as someone yells Karen. Do you want to respond to that or just keep hiding?
I will stop running
Okay.
and I will just hide for a moment and decide what that could mean.
Okay.
I'm
so
also I'm also gonna snap my longbow over my knee because it's now useless. It doesn't work. Broken is effective.
Duranu just breaks his longbow. So you don't need to worry about the map at this point. It's kind of theater of the mind, but give me a check, Quentin, for survival if you're looking for her tracks.
Oh, because if it's because I'm doing it off scent, because we're going to do it off scent, and it's perception and it's advantage.
Can you link that power? That is for perception. Survival is for tracking.
Okay.
So you have her trail already. You don't have to find her trail. All right. So you would follow her scent for a bit. You would find her not too far away from the battlefield. So Trisha, as you're kind of ducking down, keeping an eye out, you see the big dire wolf coming, and he just, I assume, would walk up to you unless you're gonna try to do something.
Well, I'm gonna try and find the most obvious she can see me coming area from where she's hiding, and just this giant hulking black dire wolf just walks up to you with, I suppose, golden eyes.
And she'll recognize you and like kind of you'll see she's really scared and she's clutching her belly where she was like stabbed really hard.
She has some
And
pretty nasty wounds.
just crying.
I'm gonna do an Aslan from Narnia, and I'm gonna do that brave thing he does when he would take people out of the stone thing the witch, whatever queen did, and do healing hands, which is you roll a number of d4s equal to your proficiency bonus, which is
Two.
2, right? 2d4.
Go ahead and link the power you're using.
Yeah,
All right. All right. So the wolf would reach out, touching you with its paw, as you feel healing energy surging through you, and several of your wounds look better.
All right. She's still really scared and just like is everyone dead?
he's gonna do that whole Labrador thing when they kind of like turn their head, just like what?
Oh,
All right. The wolf looks at you quizzically and nobly, as wolves often do, but does not say anything. Because, yeah, he can't talk.
I'm just gonna can you sit with me for a bit?
And then he's gonna do that like big dogs do, I suppose, when someone's there, just like lie down, but not lying like in a good spot, like lying half on you, because like this is where I need to lie to do this,
All right.
like
Oh,
half
be
on you,
careful.
half not.
So the
Wince
wolf.
is in pain.
But like
Yeah.
pushing up against, not like when they do it and they like push up against you, so they're right next to you, so it's their body's straight against yours, not to hurt, but yeah.
Yeah.
And
no,
okay, so yeah, you're kind of cuddling up with her a bit as you lie down, though yeah, maybe across her lap or something. Was Duranu going to look for her as well? You see Philia
No.
is hard at work looting the bodies. The dire wolf wandered off to the northeast towards where you think Karen is.
Yeah, the die wolf shouted for her. So if they don't come back within a couple of minutes, then I'll actually start tracking them. But if they're just off, they're just off.
Yep.
She's ran away from the healer and she started hiding from him in combat. So my phone is probably just going to stand around doing nothing. Back into NPC mode.
Marcellinus is going to say to Moonbiter, we should search the bodies, see what they had. I'm guessing that the part of the force may have been sent somewhere, which is why all the hobgoblins aren't here. We still should search the house. They might be inside, but I imagine they would have helped their friends if they were here. And Moonbiter nods. He says, well, Philia is already searching the bodies. Philia, make sure you gather their things so we can split them later.
yeah, kind of just like hums in agreement.
And Moonbiter says, Marcellinus, we should check inside. Duranu, I guess, make sure everyone's okay, and will be out in a moment. Be ready. If they are in there, we will need help. And they cautiously approach the house. He says, where's our wolf and where's no one? Or, sorry, where's Karen?
Well, Trisha is a disguise for Karen as far as we know. So as far as we know, you're Karen. Hence why I shouted Karen.
Yeah, I think the party, or at least the NPCs, have just been calling you Karen. Because they thought that was your real name. They don't know what your real name is. But yeah, so he would look to Duranu and say, where is Karen? Where is Quentin? Where did they go?
No, I guess I should go find them then.
He
I attempt to
nods.
find them.
He says, see about bringing them back here. We might need help with the house. We'll wait.
Okay.
And they cautiously draw their ranged weapons and watch the house. So a few moments later. Sorry, what?
Does Philia find anything?
Yes, Philia would find a few things. So Captain Graves has his greatsword. He would have a shield and a longsword as well, which he did not draw. He has half plate, and he has a backpack with a bunch of stuff in it. Ropes. He has a couple of daggers. He has a longbow and arrows. He would also have 45 gold pieces in a pouch.
45 gold. Longsword, you said?
Yes.
Longbow.
I assume you're not taking all of this.
No, I'm right now just putting in the party treasure. Putting it all there, so...
I was doing that.
my bad.
Well, you still have to carry stuff that's in the party treasury, so you don't necessarily want to... Because, someone's carrying the party treasury. It's not just, free.
I believe the horses.
Yeah, the horse has quite a bit of.
Yeah, so you just gonna strap all this stuff to the horse?
No,
He's got
can you go over
saddlebag.
that one more time? I know
Alright.
you had, because I need bows for Duranu, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
The
you
bow
could,
and-
you could decide what you want to take. I just, was recommending that, you don't take everything, because the horse would still have, a certain amount it can carry. But yeah, that's what Graves has. The other hobgoblins would have just standard armaments. None of them have any money on them. The Iron Shadow has some spell components. 30 gold pieces worth of arcane components.
30 gold pieces, arcane components,
Which he has in a bottle. Like a bit of dust in a bottle. He would also have his component pouch. And that's it. That's all he has. Not too much. You'd imagine there might be more stuff inside.
Does he have any other spells?
No spell book on him, no. Alright, so while you're searching, the two of you, Quentin and Patricia, in the forest, you would see Duranu walk up. You would find them pretty easily because they're not hiding anymore.
Yeah, I've got an advantage to find no one anyway. But before I go and find them, can I try and find the two magic arrows I shot?
So that's going to take
minutes.
about 10 minutes if you want to do that. So if you want to do that first, then yeah, it's going to take a little bit.
I'll cast Thaumaturgy again and say, Karen, come back, they're all dead, and then go looking for my arrows.
So you make another shout. Just as a general rule, if you want to recover ammunition, it just takes 10 minutes and you recover half of it rounded down.
I don't tend to recover spent standard ammunition, but I'm specifically looking for the magical ones, so will I only get one of those back?
Yes, because that's also kind of like a catch-all, because sometimes ammunition breaks, sometimes it flies off a cliff, so it's just, to simplify it, you just say half of it rounded down, whatever you spend in ammo. Like there's just kind of extenuating circumstances just to make it easier so we're not rolling for it each time. You can just, if you have the 10 minutes after a battle, you can assume and you want to do it, you can assume you recover that much ammo.
Oh, normally I just assume if I shoot an arrow, it's gone. But the magic arrows I care about, but I will recover one of those.
Okay, so yeah, you look around and find one. During that time, Quentin and Patricia, are you going to do anything? Are you just going to stay out in the woods for a bit?
Well, I guess if I hear my name getting called again, I will return.
Okay, so the two of you head back.
But I will go back to Karen.
All right, are you going to do that in front of the wolf? Because the wolf is with you.
Yeah, I don't think the wolf is going to leave me alone, so yeah, I'll do it in front of...
Alright, are you trying to pretend you're casting a spell?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a deception check. What's your passive insight?
My passive insight is
Doesn't Karen have disadvantage on deceiving people to specifically hide the fact that she's a changeling?
Does she?
I believe that's one of their abilities.
I don't think so.
I remember us discussing it before.
I think that's UA.
Was that UA? Fair enough.
16.
Alright, so you get the feeling, especially as someone who can cast spells yourself, that wasn't actually magic she did. But
It looked more like my wild shape stuff than it did actually. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it definitely looked a little weird to you, but I mean, you might not think much about it.
Because if I did that, I had shit itself out.
Just maybe more clues that she might be a changeling. I don't know if you put that together.
Something fishy, but me not know what.
Yeah, exactly. You might not even care. So a few minutes later, you'd get back to Philia taking things from the dead, and Duranu looking around cursing as he's looking for those effing arrows that he shot somewhere. As well as Marcellinus and Moonbiter looking towards the house. As they see you come up, Marcellinus would whisper, "We should check out the house. They might still be in there. We don't want them sneaking out while we're doing all this."
Heal no one first, please. Well, heal Karen first.
Does Karen still look wounded? Yeah, she does, right?
Yeah, she only had 4. She only got 4 from me.
How much... Does Marcellinus have any lay on hand left?
He's got 7 lay on hands and 1 spell slot.
Right.
And he also has healing
hands.
And does anyone else look wounded? I guess... So Philia looks wounded. He's gonna walk over. Marcellinus is gonna... he's gonna walk...
a couple healing hands on Philia and then a lay on hands and 7 points. Well, lay on hands and a healing hands to...
He's gonna do his lay on hands on Karen, walking over to her and channeling 7 points of healing, so you get back another 7. And yeah, he'll use his 2d4 on Philia. Giving you another 4 points, Philia. So you don't look wounded anymore.
Thank you.
He says, "What do you think? Do you think they're inside? I think they're not here. They would have come out."
I'll take another longbow off my back. Look at the door. And just for those two to go in.
Alright. So the 2 heavily armored people enter first, looking around. Marcellinus says, "I don't think anyone's here," as he opens several doors. "Is anyone out there? Come surrender now," but no one answers. He says, I think the house is clear. Let's search. See if we can find anything." So I will take either perception or investigation to search the house. You can choose one.
Into our perception.
What are you doing, Quentin?
Oh, because as I walked past, I remember Ophelia saying she wanted Graves' head, and then Moonbiter saying no, then Moonbiter's not there. So I tried to bite the neck, sever the head, but I think I failed, so I just walked up.
Oh, you attacked his corpse?
Yeah, trying to bite the neck to sever the head to give to Ophelia. But it was a
Moonbiter
14
might
and
not
that
like that. But,
Moonbiter's
all
not
right.
there. Moonbiter's investigating.
Just leave the body alone. Don't worry about it.
So we'll say, I guess you did that when no one was looking. I say no one, I mean the group, not no one specifically.
No, both worked. No one was looking, and no one was looking.
And no one, yeah. So looking around in here, is no one the only one looking around? I'm not going to roll for the NPCs. I'm just kind of having them do it in the background.
If I come up now, I'll do a perception.
Plus, I think they're both
still
terrible at it.
is just gonna open.
Alright, so you're sniffing around in wolf form. Yeah, so you find a couple of things. No one. You find... Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm like specifically looking at papers and like like if there's a desk area.
There is. There's a room where it looks like they may have been discussing plans, as there's lots of papers. Oops. Just exited roll 20. Lots of papers. You would notice there's also a closet in the room here, which doesn't seem to have anything in it, though. What's your passive perception?
9.
You have -1?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not very good.
Alright, so you're looking around, you're investigating the papers. Quentin, when you are in the room sniffing around, something smells off in the closet itself.
I'm going to go over to that and sniff around and see what I find.
Smells like there's something under the floorboards in here.
Okay, I'm going to do that thing that dogs do and like dig at the floorboards, like scratching at them, trying to see if I can get a claw to pull it up or rip it up.
Investigation might tell you more. We'll say everyone. I assume everyone's in the house right now, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, if I see Quentin like looking at the floorboards, can I go see what he's looking at?
Yeah, you could do an investigation. So is Ophelia not in the house?
Nope.
What's she doing?
Being sneaky.
Okay. Sneaky how?
Can she find anything that identifies Captain Graves, like either like a badge of honor, like a necklace, anything like that?
So he has an insignia, which is much fancier than the insignia the others are wearing, his iron-tide insignia. The waves on it have, you would probably notice they have 3 points, whereas the other soldiers have 2 points on their waves.
Ilya will pocket that.
Okay. Well, the insignia is attached to his armor.
She's gonna carve it out with her fucking strength. She's gonna try her best.
So it's metal, so you'd probably need some kind of smithing tools. I mean, you could probably pry it off with a pry bar, and like if you had smithing abilities, there's probably like nails you'd pull out to take it off, or bolts or whatever, however they attach stuff.
The Dungeoneer's pack, would that work?
No, it'd be more like a blacksmithing ability or some kind of metalworking ability, which I don't think Philia has.
In case you use fire, you just like burn it out, like around it.
you'd probably have to pop rivets if it's like half plate and
Yeah.
then near attached. So
So you'd probably need like hammers and crowbars and stuff to really
We
get it
have
out of there.
that. Woo!
You have what? What do you have? A crowbar?
I did have it, but I freaking deleted it because it was too heavy. Gosh dang it. Gosh
One of
dang
your
it.
allies might have one.
I don't want to get Moonbiter mad at her, so.
All right. So we'll say Ophelia's like thinking right now, trying to figure out what to do with this. But meanwhile, inside, no one. You investigate the floor where he's scratching, and it looks like there is a place where you can grab and pull it up, like as a handle. Do you want to open it?
Yeah.
There is a chest inside at the bottom of the little trap door you found there.
All right. Is it locked?
You gonna pull it up?
If I, is it heavy?
So you bend down. What's your passive Oh, you said 9, right?
Yeah.
It looks
If
pretty.
it's trapped, if it's trapped, I'm definitely not gonna notice.
It looks pretty heavy. Give me one moment.
Like, if it looks pretty heavy, then can I just pop down myself and try to open it?
Da, da, da.
Or see if I can get the dire wolf to lift it up?
So there is a lock you notice.
Quentin's gonna growl
I'm gonna.
at Karen.
What? What do you want now?
You're gonna look at the box and growl.
I'm gonna cast speak with animals and just be like, "What's up?
Oh god,
What's up,
no,
Lassie?
I've got to get the voice now.
What's up, Lassie?"
Alright, you cast Speak with Animals. Go ahead and link it. Alright. Do you have a spell to cast that? It says they're all expended.
They are all expended, but I've got my once per day thing.
Oh, is that an ability you have?
Yes.
Could you link that?
Yeah, I was trying to remember which one it is. I think it's this one. I can't yeah, it's this one. Primal awareness.
Okay. So what do you say to Quentin?
What's up, Lassie?
Quentin's just gonna like Lassie, fuck's sake. Quentin's gonna like look at the chest and just go. There's a couple of wires. When you see them coming from the box that connected to the chest.
Can I see wires with a passive perception of 17? Having it pointed out?
Looking down in the hole now, you do indeed see what he is referring to.
I will tell no one that it's trapped, and you probably want to try and disarm the traps first.
Do I see any traps on it?
So with your passive perception, you don't. However, when Duranu points out the little silver wires, yes, you do notice now what he's talking about. Investigation might tell you more about these wires. Or you could just try to disarm it, not knowing what it does.
I'll just try to disarm it.
Okay, so give me a Thieves' Tools check using Dexterity.
I'm gonna walk out the building.
Quentin's right behind you.
The whole building's gonna blow! That would be quite the trap.
Come on. So I have thieves' tools, and I'm proficient in them.
So if you click on them, it should give you a pop-up that asks you what skill you want to use with them.
Oh, there it is.
You want to choose Dex. Oh, no. Alright, so you are trying to do a counterbalance on one of the wires when you lose hold of it, and you hear a click. And unfortunately, you hear something falling down from above, as it looks like there were several spears up in the darkness above in the closet. I need a dex saving throw from you as you desperately attempt to get out of the way.
Oh, good.
No.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Alright, so unfortunately, you do not move in time. And you are hit for 17 points of piercing damage.
I go down.
So you guys would hear a scream from outside as it sounds like something happened.
Hugo will kind of rush over, see what's going on.
I will look inside and then just be like, Marcellinus, can you heal her?
Karen is down on the ground. It looks like she is bleeding out.
Yeah, Marcellinus is going to need to heal her.
Alright, since no one
Yeah,
is
but
near her to help her right away, I need a death save. No
Oh,
one.
good. How do I roll that?
If you, on your character sheet, there should be a death save area kind of in the
underneath
middle.
success or failures.
Okay. So you fail one as you're bleeding out there. The group is trying to run inside quickly.
Right.
Didn't sound like
Quentin's gonna drop-
Duranu, or did you two run in when that happened? Because you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm going to run in and I'm going to shout at Marcellinus to heal her.
Quentin's gonna drop Wild Shape and then do Healing Word.
Alright. So Marcellinus runs up. Quentin runs up, quickly healing her. And you come too. So you are alive, but badly hurt as you have 1 level of exhaustion. And you are at 7 hit points, looking up at Quentin, who's healing you. Deep sigh.
Don't do that again. I have 1 spell left that can heal anyone, and if we lose that, the person who dies next is fucking dead.
Marcellinus says, "What happened? Did someone attack you?" And he sees the spears. Says,
No, they just fell.
Says, well, it's a good thing you're alive.
Quentin's still staying outside.
He will break off the spear trap, and just breaks the spears right off and throws them to the side. Says, all right, well, I suppose that's one way to disarm a trap. He kind of gives you a joking look.
That's a stupid way to
does not
disarm a
laugh.
trap. Quentin
Does
smacks you in the
not
back of the head. Quentin smacks Marcellus in the back of the head. That's
He
a
says-
stupid way to find a trap.
It was a... Never mind. My apologies, perhaps in poor taste.
No, it was funny, but just later it will be hilarious.
He nods. He says, you'll laugh a bunch later when we have a drink and talk
But
about
we're
it.
all bloody dead.
He says, at least it doesn't seem like anyone's here. They might be in the area, though, so I think we should just find what we can and get out of here. Do you think you can still get that chest open, no one? Or sorry, Karen, or are you? Looks like you're a bit beat up from those spears.
I mean, does anybody see any other traps?
You think that was the only one?
So, looking at
Okay.
the chest is down in a hole. Is it secured to the ground down there, or can we just grab it and go?
You think you could lift it up?
Well, let me see if I can open it again.
Alright, so that's going to be another Thieves' Tools check. Unfortunately, you are at disadvantage now because of the level of exhaustion.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, 12. What are you going to do?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna stand in the way of any possible space coming in.
Alright, it doesn't look like there are any more traps, and 12 would actually be enough. The lock isn't all that powerful. So you would get the chest open. There are a couple of things inside. It looks like there's a whole bunch of coins, possibly looted from the surrounding farm areas. You find several sacks. One of them has just tons and tons of copper pieces. You imagine several hundred, maybe even more. One that has a lot of silver in it, and it looks like a smaller sack that has some gold.
Okay.
And let me check something real quick. Give me D20 rolls, everyone.
Restart.
Okay. Okay. I just have to check one thing here. So it looks like there are several candles in this chest. 3 to be precise. It's a bit odd.
Ilya, do an arcane check.
Arcane check? What do you mean?
On the candles.
Handles.
Oh, handles are candles.
Yeah, candles.
So
Is
it's
there
candles?
any handles to what?
No, candles. Sorry, not
So
handles.
I was right, candles. Yeah.
Oh,
Candles, like
Candles.
you know, like you burn.
Yeah. So can she do? You do an arcane check?
So you would need detect magic, or you would need identify.
I think she has detect magic. Let me see. Give me a second.
I have identify.
You're a pearl, right? Ooh, does that
Yeah.
have? No,
Billy's
she has
got it
this.
as an
She has
invocation.
this. She's fine. She has
Yeah.
this. She has that. She has that. So
Uh,
it's fine.
But detect magic is a spell slot.
Not for
Oh,
her. No.
well, never mind.
Not Ophelia. She has Eldritch Sight.
Oh, you're gonna use your Eldritch invocation. All right. So hang on. Actually, there are a couple of things in here. I just need to read something. And type something to look up some stuff. So you would notice, there are a couple of candles, and there is a some kind of small round stone, and that seems like it's it. So there's a sack with a bunch of gold in it, or a bunch of coins. And actually, they are all in the same sack. I misspoke. So they're all in the same sack. A large collection of silver and copper and some gold. There's the candles, and there's a small round stone in this sack.
Well, we should probably return the coin to the town.
The candles are magical, the sack is magical, and the stone is magical with your sight.
Ophelia will go ahead and tell the group. So we have some magical items on our hands right quick. She kind of turns to Duranu. Can you give me a moment before I go and find your bows? Your bow arrows.
There's only one.
Well, why don't
Magic one.
what?
Can we just
Why don't
take
you
them
Okay.
and leave?
Can we? Yeah, well, we should really get out of here.
Other than that, there are some papers on the desk that look like they have a map kind of the surrounding farmlands. Some of them are X'd off, some of them are circled. You don't know exactly what that means. And it looks like there is a letter written in Goblinoid, which I think only Duranu can read.
Okay, I will grab all of that. I will stick the papers in my pouch, pack up the chest, and just say like to Durano, like, can you bring this with you? And we should really get out of here.
Yeah. The horse can probably carry all of that if I'm not mounted.
Yeah,
So,
the
yes.
horse is still pretty badly wounded, by the way.
It is, but there's fuck all we can do about it.
I could heal it, but that means if anyone goes down, we are fucked.
I have a healer's kit, so
He just needs a sleep. He'll be fine.
Okay.
can Ophelia look for Durano's arrow?
So he got the arrow back. Are you talking about like his other one?
Yeah, there's one magic arrow somewhere.
You
I
would
don't
look.
know.
You would look around, but you wouldn't see a magical signature in the immediate area. Because remember, you
Okay,
only
so
see
is-
within 30 feet of you.
Which direction is the group heading?
Probably
Oh.
back to town.
I don't know where town is. So down south,
Town was southeast.
Yeah,
southeast.
you wouldn't have a problem finding Chaur Duranu.
But I think we should probably head west to start and not go in the obvious direction.
So Marcellinus would say, what does the letter say, Duranu?
Can we
I
get
don't know.
out of here first and then?
He says, well, I'm just wondering if there's information on, like, ambushes set up that might be of use to us on the way back. He says, I guess we can read it on the way. Moonbiter goes over to Captain Graves, and he sees that his neck has been bitten at and says, what happened here?
Ophelia just whistles.
Quentin's not in view. Quentin's just like hiding behind the horse, just like.
Aren't you all there?
Yeah,
Well,
but he's using a horse to block him, so like the horse is in between Quentin and
yeah.
Moonbiter.
So as soon as Moonbiter notices, I'm assuming those two hide. And I'm just gonna look and just be like, fuck knows, but I want that armor. Take his armor.
Moonbiter looks at Philia and says, did you do this? I thought we had an understanding.
Ophelia points to her teeth and does it look like I can eat some flesh of a hobgoblin's neck?
He looks to the wolf. He says,
I'm not a
Quentin.
wolf. I'm not a wolf. I'm me.
He says, Quentin, did you do this?
No, look at my teeth. I can't do that either. Hmm.
I guess
Me?
Fluffy got hungry.
He says, was this the work of your pet?
Probably.
He seems very unhappy. He says, we're bringing the body with us.
No, we're not. It's staying here.
He says, shut your mouth.
It's staying here because it can't fit on the horse with everything we've got.
And he says, it's not staying here. He says, can your horse carry this, Duranu?
No, the horse is carrying a lot of other shit, including Graves' armor.
He says,
So-
fine, I will carry him myself
carry
then.
it.
And he picks him up and puts him over his shoulder.
Hercules. Okay. So is the group heading? Like, are we reading the letter first? Are we heading to escape, or are we going back to Chaur?
I'm guessing...
I just want to.
Go ahead.
I just want to not be here to start with. So we should fuck right off in a direction where they don't expect us to live.
Well, they went running west. The ones that did a runner, they fled west. So I would say head the opposite direction for a little bit and then head to Chaur.
We
Well,
probably want to go.
Chaur is the opposite direction. If they went
Yeah,
west,
going-
then He says, "Why don't we just use the forests and head to Char?" Duranu, can you lead us through the woods?
I can, but going through the woods in the direction of Char is the obvious route.
He says, "Well, if there are only 6 of them left, I don't know if they'll be hunting us."
5. There's 5 left.
Ophelia kind of just like points to herself and Karen now. And Quentin, I don't think we're prepared to handle another attack at the moment.
Oh no. I have got nothing left. If we get jumped, I am running for my fucking life.
Um,
I'm I'm the same, which is why I reckon if we head northeast away from Char, at least we can rest up.
And as much as you want to get rid of or do whatever you want to do with the guy who tried to kill us body, I'm taking the one who knows the woods better than the one who couldn't talk to the guy you wanted to talk to.
as
Why
usual,
don't
you make no
we-
sense. Let's do what you said, Duranu. Or go ahead. What are you saying?
Karen.
Why don't we go? We'll go north. We will camp for the night, and then we'll make our way back to Char. Okay?
That was my plan. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
I have decided.
Moonbiter and Marcel and this would both agree. How far north are you going to travel of this camp? Like how long?
Right there. Like,
Those are a day's travel each, so you probably aren't
I
going
mean,
to.
it's still the same
Well-
square, but just like a little bit up right here, basically.
So time
It's-
wise, like an hour, 2
So
hours, 5 hours.
It's around 5 o'clock, right? So why don't we travel until the sun sets? We'll make camp.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
next to a river. Not
3
next
hours?
to a river.
So it's
That's what I'm
about
thinking.
after the fight and all the searching, it's about 5:30 right now.
So we probably travel
Okay.
till about 9 and then look for a camping spot.
All right, so like 3.5
Well, we-
hours.
Well, we
my
still
thinking.
want. Yeah, we still want like some light.
Yeah.
Moonbiter.
The only thing I'm thinking is we had to sleep already to make it here from Char anyway. So doing this, we're gonna have 2 nights sleep in the forest.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
We are
Yeah.
making our journey longer, definitely, but
Okay.
I would rather travel Char over 2 days, not wounded, than traveling over one day, possibly exhausted from getting ambushed in the night and having to run.
Okay.
Head where
I
they wouldn't expect us to, hide our tracks, move slowly.
I said follow what you said, Darnu. So okay, you know woods better than anyone around here.
What about Marcellinus would say? What about those caves that Blackwater had told us about? The ones where the main base are supposed to be. He says they're actually closer. Do we want to just head there and check that out, or do we want to go back to Char first?
You want to be
I
at the
think-
mercy of a rich man right now?
Shrugs. He says, "I thought that was what we were doing, is getting paid." Moonbiter says.
My only concern is that we are currently at max capacity in regards to the weight that we carry. So, we should probably head back to town, unload, and then head back out.
Marcellinus would nod. He says, "That's true. We did just get a bit of a large bundle of treasure and armors."
Besides, I don't think turning up with the dead body of a captain is the best thing to do if you want to spy on someone.
He says, "I'm not bringing the body with us. I'm probably going to bury it here somewhere."
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah, we're not having a dead body where we sleep. That just screams predators come here. So you've got to deal with that before we make camp and away from the camp.
I will make a grave site. Don't worry. And
Caleb
Right.
kind of just like quietly like scoots towards Moonbiter, be like, "Do you think maybe we can get something of his so we can bring it back so that people know that he's passed?"
he says, "Well, you
We
have
have
his
his
armor."
armor.
If you call it to Duranu, I don't think I can carry his armor. But
It's strapped to the horse. His armor's like when
that
Raven
poor
said
horse.
that
Oh
we
my
had.
gosh.
Yeah,
Poor horse.
so no, the horse is fine and is just under carrying capacity with Duranu off it.
Okay.
So the horse is fine.
Okay. Okay.
So like the horse can hold another 4 pounds.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Never mind. He like
I
kind of
think.
just sighs and just lets it go.
All right. So the group is traveling for 3.5 hours north. You said into the
Yeah.
woods.
Yes.
Till sundown. Yeah.
Okay. Looking for a good campsite. Give me a survival.
Okay. 21.
All right. So you do find an area in the woods after about 2.5 hours. So you still have about an hour till sundown. But you find a really well defensible campsite area that's sort of off in a more secluded part of the forest.
Most important question: is there water running by it?
No, there's no river here.
All
Okay,
right,
good.
Dardu, is this the safest spot? Like, are we gonna get attacked by pixies or werewolves or whatever here?
He bends down, takes a pinch of dirt, sprinkles it on his tongue. No, we should be fine here for the night.
Good. I saw an area nearby on a hill that I might use for the grave site. I'm going to go do that now if we're staying here.
When you say nearby, how nearby?
This is about 10 minutes walk south of here.
That's too close.
Can
I'll
I
help you.
can I suggest you bury him in low ground?
He says, "What do you mean?"
Well, bury him in a lower point of the area rather than on top of a hill.
He says, "No, it's near a hill. It doesn't have to be on top of the hill."
Yeah, so just bury him in low ground.
In
He
case it
nods.
floods, you don't want a body flowing down to you.
He says, "It's going to be underground, and if it floods, it floods. I just need to get his body underground so the Raven Queen can take his spirit."
Quentin's gonna roll his eyes at mentioning of gods and shit, just like, fuck's sake.
Fine.
I'll go with you.
You go
We have
deal
some
with them.
shovels.
You go deal with that. I'm
He
going
says,
to.
"Not gonna stab me in the back, are you?" And gives you a little smile and wink.
Well, at least not today.
Says, "All right, then you can come." So the group is going to set up a campsite while the two of them go to bury the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there? Okay, how close is the nearest river?
There are probably some small streams in the area for you to refill your water skins. Nothing major, though. No large
Okay.
rivers.
A small stream will do because I have some deer leather that I need to start tanning. So set up a campfire, start roasting some of the deer meat that we've got, and then I will start tanning the deer hide that I've got.
You have tanner's tools, right?
No, I don't. But that's why I took the skull of the deer, so that I could crack the skull open and then turn its brain into a paste, because that is a natural tanning agent.
You would probably need the tools if you wanted to do this, or a knowledge of tanning, because I think there are tanner's tools for leather working. I would have to double
Okay.
check that, but I think survival itself. I mean, I guess you could probably do like some very basic tanning, but nothing like to actually make armors or anything you like anything too complicated.
So okay, out of Dungeons and Dragons, like using the brains to tan animals is common. It tends to make soft leather rather than hard leather, so it wouldn't be useful for armor or anything like that. It would just be a soft leather that's workable and usable for bags, clothes, water skins, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so just I mean to actually craft something out of the leather, you would need some kind of knowledge of tools like tannering or tanners or leather workers tools or whatever it's called. But you
Yeah.
can definitely start making some leather. That's fine.
Can Philia go ahead and look at the treasure and do an arcane check to see what each item does?
You would need identify. I guess you could, if you don't have identify, you could experiment with them for an hour and maybe get some basic idea if it's something obvious.
We know Karen can do identify, so we'll just ask her to do it when she gets back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Moonbiter go to bury the body. Moonbiter definitely seems sorrowful. Maybe not so. I'm not sure what the word would be. Not depressed. He seems like he's in mourning. He's not like crying or anything, but there is like a bit of an air of mourning to him as he works to dig the hole. He's completely silent unless you say something to him.
I'll wait until he's done. I'll wait until we're done digging the hole, and placing his body in the grave, and just do you
So, as he finishes the hole, he leans on the shovel for a moment. He says, "Another friend in the ground." He looks to you and he says, "I wonder if I'll ever stop burying people."
well, I don't know.
The life of a soldier, I suppose. I guess one of these days you all will be putting me in one of these holes. I suppose we'll all end up here.
Soon. Eventually.
He nods. He says, "Thank you for coming here with me. I'm glad to have someone here as I do this."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry things got out of control.
He says, "I knew this was a possibility. I had hoped we could talk him down, but that was not the case."
No. I wish we'd tried, though.
He nods. He says, "I do as well." So you would lay Captain Graves out in the grave, and he takes a dirt full of shovel and says, "On to a better place, my friend. Rest now." He throws the dirt on him and just continues to bury him. Anything else that you are going to do or say?
Do you have any stories about him?
And he says, there's a few. I had worked with him only a small amount, but he was a good captain. Always cared about the welfare of his people and did his best to keep them safe. He says there was a time we were moving in on some enemies, and he would kind of break into a bit of a story about a battle they had experienced and how Graves had made sure to position the men to kind of keep everyone safe. He would say, "Have you ever worked in a unit or with a military group?"
No, never.
He says there's a trust on the battlefield where you have to watch each other's backs. He says you become like brothers. And seeing your brothers fall is something that you never fully get used to. It says death is a part of our world, and I'm used to it. But I'm not comfortable with it. I still struggle.
It's certainly not something that I've had to deal with until recently.
He nods. He says, I fear there'll be much more of it to come.
Unfortunately. I guess my story of Captain Graves is I thought it was very honorable how he took the time to heal his comrade in battle. Despite us being on opposite sides, I do wish that we could have come to an agreement. I think he would have been a very good ally.
This is maybe. I should have spoken up sooner, I suppose. It all happened so fast. I was so busy watching the back line and worrying about the Iron Shadow, I didn't even realize he had been overtaken. He says, I should have been up front making sure I was able to talk him down before this happened.
You're here now. And I think if he was here, he would respect you for the respect that you're giving him in this moment.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
He nods. He says, yeah. He nods and he says, or go ahead.
Sorry, I'm tired.
He says, no. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your words. I just, he says, I think we've come a long way from when you stabbed me that one time, and I do consider you a friend. He gives you a smile.
I just put a hand on his shoulder and...
All right. Yeah, he would... Go ahead.
She looks like she wants to like reciprocate that feeling, but something's holding her back.
He nods as if almost understanding, and will put a hand on your shoulder as well as he looks over the grave. He says, goodbye, Graves. And then he will just motion as he starts walking back towards camp.
This was after we'd buried it?
Yeah, he's all buried now.
Okay. All right. I'll go back with him.
All right. So meanwhile, back at camp, there's you got all your stuff set up. I'll say Duranu went over to the stream to start his leather working. Philia is probably setting up her camping supplies, and I'm not sure Quentin's probably doing the same. Is there anything else the group wants to do before sundown?
Before them two came back, and assuming Duranu's still off doing his deer skull cracking thing, Quentin's gonna walk up to Ophelia and kind of like that schoolboy thing when like he's trying to talk to someone who's kind of pissed off at him. Like, just walks up to her and is like, so you were angry at me a couple of days ago, and you kind of went off at me, and I don't know why. So, can you tell me so I know? Because I can't figure out why.
He kind of just looks up at him, like her hand's still covered in blood, and just blinks slowly. She kind of pulls out her water skin and washes her hands before sitting crisscross and looking, I guess, up at Quentin and patting the ground next to her.
Why are her hands covered in blood?
Yeah, she was kind of harvesting organs. Don't mind that. Anyway, she washed her hands. She's washing her hands. Before
Hang
they
on,
left.
did you wash your hands before you patted the ground? Or did you wash your hands after?
I watched it before. Gosh
Oh.
dang.
He's not gonna sit on blood. It's just like, okay. He's gonna like sit down, but make sure there's a little bit of a gap in case we're still pissed off at him. Start shouting.
She takes off her hood and kind of just like stares at him for a moment. So the thing is, I couldn't really stay mad at you for too long because we're kind of traveling together as a party. But you have to break it down in words he can understand. It's like if someone drew a picture of you when you were asleep and you were half naked, covered in oil, and they sold that picture without your consent, and then they made millions, or I guess a ton of gold. They made a ton of gold off of that product. Wouldn't you feel a little bit upset about it?
The first bit, the half naked painting or covered in oil, that's been done to me by my brother. Yeah. Uh, but the making money thing, I don't get that bit because I didn't benefit anything from it. I don't even get why you're angry. Like, what's it over? I just know you're pissed at me, and I just want to know why, so I know how to say sorry.
That's kind of the point. You didn't benefit anything from it, but your brother did. For me, basically, you told the party that uh, I was a tiefling, and we're battling these whatever the tieflings that were attacking us. And for the first instinct, they look at me now as I'm potentially a bad person, even though I'm pretty sure Durana doesn't really care. She kind of looks at him like he's just over here like tanning his deer skin, like going at it. Um, but now that I've killed Captain Graves, now that I have literally bloodied my hands with the death of someone close by, they're going to be looking at me a lot more differently. And the fact you told them that I choked you, even though it was a reaction, she kind of goes off on her tangent. She just gets upset. Like Reed's like, I'm now the bad guy. I'm the bad guy now, and I wasn't trying to be the bad guy. I just feel like I should have been able to tell everyone from my own standpoint that I may be a hellspawn halfling thing, but I'm not that bad. Oh, she was just talking about how Durana is like going at it, tanning, like kind of like the fusion of like the tense talk her and Quinn are having. That's it. But yeah, it's just it's not fair. It's not fair that you got to take that chance from me.
All right. So, a little while after you two were arguing, you would see Moonbiter and I guess Karen now come back through the branches, re-entering camp. Marcellinus, I'll say, was looking through the coins. He counted them up while everyone else was busy. There are 1,300 copper pieces. 1,100, or I'll just put them in the chat.
Hell yeah.
So the party can do what they wish with it.
Ron back yet? Let me see. Oh, he's still disconnected. Oh, there he is.
Seems like most of the gold they stole from the farmers was copper and silver, which would make sense. Marcellinus would look up to I keep forgetting your name. Not Kate, Karen. As you re-enter the camp, and he says, "Could you take a look at those magical items we secured? See what they do."
Yes. Just give me a moment.
He nods.
And I will cast using a ritual alarm around the camp.
Okay, so you use your ritual, putting a 20-foot cube alarm area I assume you're going to make it silent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silent alarm.
Yeah, so you get
And
that
then,
set up.
excuse me, and then I will go ahead and identify everything.
All right.
It's gonna take me a hot minute, but yeah.
Do we want to take a quick 5-minute break?
Go for it.
I guess we're kind of close to the end time, but yeah, why don't we do a 5-minute stretch break? Use the restroom. All right, I'll be right back. You can feel free to RP more if you want.
Okay.
I do during that time I do wanna find time to talk to Ophelia and Quentin.
Feel and Quinn are arguing like siblings right now. I
Well,
mean, we can try to break in if you want.
I don't think we're arguing because it was you saying all that to Quentin, and I don't. Okay, so you said all that to Quentin, and Quentin just doesn't say anything back because he's kind of like processing it and trying to figure out what to say. So
Like
he's not
that
actually
monkey
arguing.
doing the clap thing with the with the tambourines. Like in
You
his
when
head,
you just
like,
went, you went just when you just like exploded everything about the whole fact of he basically outed you and you killing people now to prove yourself and that stuff, and he's trying to process how to say what he wants to say. It's like not just So he's not really saying anything. You're just like, you know, when you're a stressed sibling and you're just venting to this one
yeah.
sibling who just isn't. It's a bit. I imagine it's like that to me. Like you're like. Felia's just venting at Quentin, and Quentin's not saying anything back, but it doesn't look like he's scared or anything. He's just like, okay.
Damn girl. All right.
Like, right, okay. Slash Durani's in the background, like cracking deer skulls open and fucking with brains, and you had bloody hands earlier. And he's just a bit like, okay, this is new.
Everyone's getting bloody right quick, you know.
Yeah. So if you want to interrupt Karen at any point, don't worry.
No, well I think I would like kind of wait until things had calmed down a little bit.
All right. Well, if that's on Ophelia when they cast.
She's kind of mumbling to herself now, crossing her arms, like she's just like huffing.
All right, Karen will come and like sit next to you. So, listen, about today. Moon, I understand that things can get a little heated in battle. But Moonbiter had asked us to keep Captain Graves alive. And while I understand that things that isn't always possible, I think just what happened after the battle, I think was very disrespectful, both to Moonbiter and to Captain Graves. I mean, I understand that he was an enemy and that we were on opposite sides. However, he was still a person, and I think deserves our respect just as much as we would want them to respect us if we were in that position.
But they wouldn't. They would take our corpses and our loot and then throw stuff in the ocean or something like that. But I understand that it's disheartening to see somebody you once knew and care about. But at the same time, his people were about to kill us. I was near death. Quentin was near death. You were near death.
I did die. And I'm just asking that, when it's Moonbiter's our friend, and I think we need to respect his wishes if we want to continue having him as a friend.
So you're saying you'd rather us die to respect
not-
one man's wishes?
I don't think cutting off a dead man's head would have prevented us from dying. I'm just
Oh no,
saying.
that was just for my ritual thing. That was completely on me. I understand that one. But I'm just saying,
That's
that.
that's more what I'm referring to.
Oh, okay. No, no, that one I understand. It's fine. I understand that part.
You know,
As far as when I stopped, after he asked me to stop, to not cut off his head, you know.
okay, I appreciate that. Um, but there was someone had continued, and Quentin, I would I would appreciate it if you wouldn't, if again you would continue to respect the dead.
They're dead. Why does it matter?
Well, it doesn't matter to the dead, but it does matter to the living. So that again, it was disrespectful to Moonbiter, our friend, who again had asked us to keep Graves alive. And while I understand that that wasn't possible in that moment, we should continue to remain respectful to his body.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome
Do you
back. We're just
understand?
RPing real quick.
No, I. Here's the thing. I understand that what I did upset Moonbiter. I get that. But here's my problem with the whole thing. He can't say he wanted him kept alive, and this is where this might be metagaming, so I'm sorry. He can't say he wanted him kept alive when he wouldn't try and talk to him to stop him from killing us. So you can't moan that we didn't try and do something when the person who wanted it done didn't try to do it.
I agree, and that's not the point that I'm trying to make.
Okay.
The point that I'm trying to make is that once the battle, like, that happened, there's nothing that we can do to change that.
Okay.
However, after the battle is done, even though they're enemies, it's important to respect the life that they had.
Ela kind of just looks off to the side to where the bloody puddle is, where she washed her hands, and then looks back at Karen. Just like...
Moonbiter would say, I appreciate that, Karen. And my captain nearly killed Karen. I mean, he gravely wounded her. If she can forgive him enough to respect his body, I feel like any of you should be able to.
I'm not around during this conversation, am I?
I mean, you could say you came back. This could be later on in the evening. So if you want to be part of it, you can be. It's up to you.
I mean, the thing is, y'all see how I act when I have to get a soul being to the fathomless. None of you have said anything about that this whole entire time, but when it comes to one man, I understand that Captain Graves was someone important to Moonbiter. At the same time, though, Karen can forgive, but forgiveness comes to those who actually earn it.
I don't need your forgiveness, he says. Or he says, all I ask is that if we are fighting and having to take down someone that I respect, that we respect their body so that they can be delivered onto the Raven Queen for burial and brought into the afterlife correctly.
You have seen Philia cracking off Hobgoblin and Orc's teeth, right?
He says, and I'm not happy about that, but I respect her beliefs, and those people were not my friends. He says, do I think it is a good way to act? He says, no, I don't necessarily believe that the bodies of soldiers should be dismembered. And I would hope that no one would do that to our body should we fall. But again, she is my ally, and those that fell are not. Graves was a bit of a different story because I knew him personally.
At this point, Darren is just gonna look at Moonbiter and just into his head. He lived with no honor. Why should he die with it?
He would. Does he know you can do this? Have you done this before?
Yeah, he's done it to him before.
To him before.
So give me a persuasion at disadvantage.
Two.
So he will angrily look at you and say, "How do you know how this man lived? You fought him once. You who sneaks around in bushes and fires arrows at opponents who can't even see you half the time." He says, "You're one to talk about honor."
I fire arrows at the enemy, those who burn down the villages of the innocent and the farms of those who aren't soldiers is not honorable.
You're a fucking archer. You don't fight with honor. He crosses his arms angry.
At that point, Quentin's gonna stand up. He's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't take lectures about honor from the one who betrayed the people he was fighting with because he saw the fight going a different way. Karen can forgive your captain, and that is better for her because he nearly killed her. And if she can, that is great, and that's good on her. And she's a better man than your captain was. She's a better woman than your captain was. Sorry. But to me, he killed people. He killed civilians. He had raided them and was going to starve them out. He doesn't get respect when he's dead, and no one cares what happens when they're dead because they're dead. Dead is dead."
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Persuasion. I am terrible at this, so please pray God.
To the point.
Oh, damn.
Just to the point. Darren is not saying any of this out loud. It's all directly into Moonbiter's head.
Anyway, he's going off what Moonbiter is saying to you.
Yeah.
So Moonbiter remains quiet for a moment, and he says, "I'm going to leave. Good luck on your journeys." And he walks out of camp.
Can I run after him?
Yeah, sure, if you want. It looks like he's walking southeast, looking for the road, maybe, through the forest.
I'm sorry.
He says, "No, I'm sorry I stormed off, but I don't think I can stay here anymore." He says, "I'm going to head back to Chaur and figure out what to do from there."
No, I understand. Yeah.
He says, "I do carry the shame of leaving my former group with me, and I don't have a good answer to what the boy said, but I can't stay with these people anymore after what they did and talking to me like that."
I understand. No, I'm sorry. I will see what I can do to get through to them. But I hope you stay safe through this.
This is you as well. Keep yourself out of danger. He says, "I know that you have the skills to do very well. So I hope you and the group prospers. I really do. I just cannot be a part of this right now."
I understand. I'll give him a big hug.
He seems a little surprised by the hug, but he returns it smiling. Marcellinus comes through the bushes at that moment and says, "Moonbiter." And he looks at him seriously, and he says, "I just wanted to say thank you for fighting with us. It was an honor to fight alongside you. I know this is a decision that you need to make, so I'm not going to try to keep you from going, but just stay safe, and we shall meet again." And he nods to him. Says it was an honor fighting by your side as well, Marcellinus. Good luck to you. And he once again gives you a pat on the shoulder and smiles at you, Karen, and then he will continue walking south. Marcellinus says, why don't you just stay with us for now? Camp with us. It's dangerous out there. He says, you can take your leave once you get to Chaur. Moonbiter says, that is kind of you, but I at least need some time alone. Don't worry, I somewhat know my way around the woods. This wouldn't be the first time I've slept overnight in wooded areas. He nods to him. And he says, all right.
Is he heading in the right direction?
Yeah, it seems like it. He's going southeast.
Is the other hobgoblin still out there?
Which one?
The ones that escaped.
Oh, well, you assume so. You don't know where they are, but yeah.
Oh, well.
Alright, so I guess Karen and Marcellinus are going back to camp.
Yeah.
So Marcellinus would say, I agree that what the Iron Tide did was lacking in honor, but I do understand a soldier's plight and the way they can sometimes do things they shouldn't. I think you were a bit hard on him, Quentin.
Hard on him. They burnt down farms and killed the innocent.
You saying this in his head or out loud?
I'll say this out loud.
He nods. He says, yes, I don't agree with what they did, but he is still our ally.
And we don't know the full story.
No, but those who lack honor don't deserve it.
Quentin will look at Marcellinus and go, I never wanted Moonbiter to leave. That wasn't... I don't want him to go.
Well,
I don't want him to.
Some people have pain points, and if you press those pain points too hard, they don't have a good way of responding. He says, I saw pain in his eyes when he didn't have a response, because I think he knows you're right, but that doesn't make him feel good about it.
Maybe not, but he can't moan at us for something when... He can't hold us responsible for something when he's the one who's also done it. He's blaming us for not respecting the guy he's friends with when the guy he's friends with, let's be honest, was a dick. And I'm sorry, but
I think the point of contention is the fact that while he respects your views, he did not in turn feel respected.
Marcellus would nod. He says, I agree. It doesn't matter that this Graves was someone who did terrible things. Graves is dead. All that remained was his body. It was him, or it was Moonbiter, who was asking for the respect, a favor to him, not to Graves. Yeah. In any case, we should get to bed. Or go ahead, sorry.
And so, while he wasn't happy about the mutilation of the other bodies, this particular one, he had asked us to spare. And we did not. So, this does not have... This is not a question of whether or not Graves is a good person. That doesn't matter. What matters is our friend, Moonbiter, had asked us for something, and we were unable to give that to him. Does that make sense?
I don't think there's a we. I don't think there's a we in this whole situation. The fault falls on me and Quentin. If it wasn't for my bloodthirst for dismemberment, I don't think this would have happened. I mean, I understand that Moni got sad. And I understand that sometimes, and the aspect of battle, not everyone can be good or bad.
Oh, by the
But
way, I was curious. Why did he lash out at you, Durano? You didn't even say anything. That was an odd reaction.
Is my turn to saying that?
Yeah.
Uh, I'll just look at him and then speak into his head. You don't need to make a noise to say something.
He would nod. He says, "Oh, that makes more sense." My apologies, Philia. It just was bugging me. I wanted to ask about it. You please continue.
no, it's a pretty much a wake up call to see one of our party members go, and she kind of sighs and tousles her hair.
Well, I
I wish.
believe. Or go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He says, "I believe he'll be. Hopefully, he makes it to Char. The man is stubborn, but I think he'll be in Char for the time being. When we get back there tomorrow, maybe he'll be in a better mood. Maybe I can talk to him a bit about what happened."
He looks around
He's
like frowns at Marcella. Did you even see him battling beside us anyway?
says, "Yeah, it was. He helped fight off the Iron Shadow as well as some of the hobgoblins who broke through the ranks."
She kind of like thinks thoughtfully to herself and like holds her tongue. She's
Yeah.
thinking basically, why didn't he like attack Graves from the get go instead of leaving it, open to where he died basically by her hands? She's thinking that. She's thinking that.
Yeah.
She holds her tongue.
So you can always do subdual damage as long as you do a melee attack on someone to kill them. You can choose when you attack them if you want to be subdual or lethal when you deal the death blow. Unfortunately, I think he was hit by a ranged weapon that killed him, or your spell.
No, it was with the tentacle.
Yeah,
I think
and
it was the tentacle.
you can't do
Yeah.
subdual damage with magic, so it would have had to have been a melee attack that brought him down that wasn't magical.
Yeah, and she's a warlock. She doesn't want to get too close. So she kind of just sighs and looks at Karen, Duran, and Clinton. I think the fault falls on me. I don't think that the party should have suffered for my actions.
Quentin's
But-
gonna. Sorry, carry on.
Well, I wouldn't take this as a punishment as much as a lesson. You know, we've learned today a little bit about our party, our friends, and what is okay and what is not okay. So
Did Philia's? Oh, sorry, Karen. Did Philia see what direction that Karen and Solis came from to walk with Moonbiter?
They went southeast, the same direction he went.
Okay, so while he was listening to Karen, she's gonna send a message out in that direction towards Moonbiter.
Okay, what are you messaging?
Let me link it first. Give me a second. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. She's just gonna say that she's sorry and that she wishes him well, and that may Captain Graves find peace wherever he goes.
All right. You don't get a response back. So
That's
either
fine.
he did not hear you or he may have just not responded.
That's
So is there anything else or should I pass the evening?
well, Karen was
ritually-
giving us a lecture. Karen was giving us a lecture, so
Quentin's
That
ritually
was-
casting Find Familiar to follow Moonbiter.
Okay. Were you
And
saying
then-
something, Karen?
Oh, I threw like sometime during the evening. I was gonna identify the candles and the bag.
All right. Do you want me to whisper what they are or just say it?
Whichever. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
There was the small stone as well.
Yeah.
Oh, the stone too.
Okay.
And the bag, right? The magical bag.
Yeah. Here, I'll give you those. I guess I'll whisper them.
Sure, and then I can tell people what they are. Oh, I am tired of feeling like crap.
Are you sick?
Yeah, I work as a substitute teacher.
Oh, the kiddos.
The kiddos, and I just I subbed on Wednesday, and I came home and I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna get sick. Like everybody in that school was sniffling and sneezing and coughing, and here I am. I felt a tickle Saturday night, and by yesterday, by Monday, I was like full blown.
Oh,
Oh
I
shit.
hope you feel better soon. Good gracious. Isn't it winter over there, right? Is it fall, I
Not
guess?
quite.
Fall?
It's fall. It's
It's
fall.
fall.
We the there's been ice on the window, like in the car windows.
Oh,
But we haven't had snow yet.
oh, good gracious.
But yeah, no, I have my cup of tea. That's why I've been trying not to be too chatty, but here we are.
Lecturing the children.
Sorry.
Lecturing the children.
Alright, I gave you 2 of them. I'm doing the third one.
Okay, is that for like how many candles was there? Was there
3.
just the one? There's 3.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the third one. That's the third one.
I know exactly who's getting this one.
Alright, you telling anyone or just going to bed?
No, I'll tell them. So the sack is bigger on the inside. Can actually we could probably lighten the load on the horse a little bit with this. Maybe we can use this for our party treasury. It's a bag of holding.
Nice.
Sounds
The
useful.
the candles um are kind of weird. They do not they're not extinguished when like with water. So they are candles of the deep. And this last one, um, I think we could give this to Philia actually, since you like dismembering bodies so much. It is it can help you keep clean. Um, so it is a cleansing stone.
Fila kind of just looks at the puddle of blood that's still not dried yet, like next to her, and then looks at Karen like, yeah, I could probably use that.
Mhm.
Is your hood still down?
Huh?
Your hood's still down because you took your hood down to talk to Quentin. I didn't know if you'd put it back up or not.
No, it's still down. The group already knows, well, besides Durana, but Durana's not saying anything. But yeah, mostly because Marcy was the one who took her back to go see the group back in town.
I just wondered if it was down or not. That's all.
No, it's down.
Oh, okay.
By the way, Philia, your horns look really pretty.
Fila kind of just like looks at them. See the twigs in her hair and the dirt on her face. Go, thank you. Thank you. Like,
Really, you are quite a lovely woman.
he looks back at the puddle of blood and water next to her and like just smiles. Just
And by the way, this is not a flirty compliment. This is like a compliment that a mom would give you.
I could tell almost like she's like doing that awkward like look away, look forward, look away.
Whilst he's richly casting Fine Familiar, Quentin's like smirking, like just looking up at Bit, just like the not entirely smug, but slightly smug, like the little kid, like the brother who like was right.
Fila kind of like side eyes him and like, what was it? Go ahead.
Also, Quentin, it might be best if you keep secrets, keep information that people do not want shared to yourself. More mom lectures.
He can't really answer because I'm richly casting this thing, and I've got to like do what the so I'm just like hearing it, but I can't respond.
I'm assuming you did
Marcellinus.
that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you did that while I was ritually casting Identify, though.
Yeah, but it takes an hour.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
an hour? Oh,
Fine
boy.
Familiar.
I'm familiar, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
did
So,
I have to do all three candles, or was one enough?
I mean, you only did one. You can assume they're all the same. If you want, you can verify that, but it would be 10 minutes per candle.
Yeah. So, yeah, no. So mine would have just taken half an hour.
So,
I'm still going.
Marcellinus would say, well, friends, we've really been through it now, haven't we? It's been a few days together, and we've really been through a lot of fighting together. I'm proud of us as a group. And by the way, Duranu, I think that Moonbiter was just angry. There's a lot of value and honor to what you do as an archer. I hope you know that.
Oh, I will admit that hitting people from further away a lot easier, but I've got no problem getting up close and personal.
He nods. He says, maybe we should think of a proper name for our group. He says,
One more come in time.
he nods. He says, I think the Heroes of Chaur has a nice ring to it for now.
That suggests we're off Chaur.
What was he going to say? I guess he would just also look to Philia and say, see, I told you everyone would be fine with you.
Fila kind of just like gives him a small smile and be like, yeah, but I got lucky. And I appreciate every single one of you.
He
And
nods.
it's sad we lost someone. Sad we lost someone to inappropriate decision making.
He says,
But she kind of looks at Karen and like just says, "From now on, I'll try to keep my bloodthirst in check."
well, he's still alive. We haven't lost him. I think once he cools down, he'll be fine speaking with us again. He did just lose a friend, and I know how that can be as a warrior. The blood runs hot when you lose people you love. It can cloud your judgment.
And he's been losing people a lot recently, so he's grieving.
Yes.
Should we should respect that.
When Marcellus said to Ophelia that everyone would accept her, I'm just gonna look at Quentin and just into his head, just be like, am I missing something?
I don't know if this is going to interrupt the ritual, so I'm assuming I'd know. But if it doesn't, Quentin nods. If it would, then I'm not going to do anything.
No, you can reply. That doesn't interrupt your ritual.
Oh,
Quentin
not
will
to my
nod.
bionic mind, it's one
No, but
way.
Quentin will just nod to you. Just nod.
I'll
Alright.
just shrug.
Like,
I'll take first watch.
Do you have the 10 gold pieces of charcoal, incense, or herbs, or do you have 10 GP of the component?
I think there's.
Or wait, no,
components.
aren't you a druid caster of that?
Yeah, but it comes with the. It's one of the things I think spend the wild.
Oh.
Yeah, if
shape.
you spend the wild shape, it's instant. It doesn't take an hour.
Alright. I'll do that. I'll spend the wild shape and then
But
create a celestial or fey owlish thing and get it to go follow Moonbiter. Just keep an eye on him.
alright, so yeah, you would see a celestial, very beautiful looking owl just appear out of nowhere as you command it to go look for Moonbiter, and it flies off. I assume the group is going to bed.
Yes.
Okay. So you would spend the evening here sleeping. Give me a D20 check. Reduced danger because you found a good campsite that's hidden. 12. Alright. So the evening would pass without issue. And the group would level up. So you are level 4 now. And this is probably a good place to end it. Because we are at 2 o'clock. So let's do MVP votes and call it here.
Yeah, get to play with the level up thing after this. Yay!
Yep, all my books are shared, so you should be able to level up without issue.
Let me see. Whisper. You wrong. There we go.
Oh, there's a tie between Ophelia and no one. Or as Ophelia calls her, our mom.
Uh-huh.
She's the
Mother.
group. Karen's the group mom. So let's D20 roll for the two of you. And you do average HP on the level up.
Can I have it? Because I'm sick.
Yes.
Well, it looks like you have won it, so congrats.
Thank you.
Sorry you're feeling sick.
Oh, it's fun. Yep, no, that's the price you pay for hanging out with snotty nose kindergartners.
I assume it's just a cold, hopefully.
Yeah, no, I've done a COVID test and it's negative.
Nice.
That's good.
So,
Oh, first feet.
but, oh boy.
Yep, feet or ASI. Level 4.
I'm doing feet.
But yeah, good job, everyone. You defeated the hobgoblins. Luckily, there were some really bad rolls on their part as well.
On
We
their
weren't doing much
part,
better.
Their captain just couldn't hit you through those bushes. He kept rolling below a 5.
Oh god, that was just so lucky.
He
I got really fucking lucky.
yeah,
I
because
didn't hit with a single arrow.
he hits like a truck when he does hit, but I think he swung
He
like
does.
6 times and only hit once. So,
Yeah, that was when I ran away, and I love it because it was when I gave him disadvantage.
yeah, which he would have hit with that one, but you gave him disadvantage. So yeah, we'll continue next time. Just try to have everything leveled up by next week. I'll keep looking for new players. If anyone knows anyone who wants to play, just let me know. I'll bring them in.
Oh.
And yeah, we'll continue the story next time.
Ooh, that was intense.
It was.
Fluffy Kitty gets more HP as well.
Yee. Take
Yeah.
care, dude.
25.
I'll be taking some notes, but I'll be around for a bit if anyone wants to speak more.
Yay! Finally get my cunning action.
Oh, second rogue. Nice.
Yeah.
Or is it third rogue?
Second
No,
level rogue for
second.
cunning.
That's why I haven't been able to do any bonus actions. But now I can.
Cunning action is really good.
I'm just going through all the feats. I'm just looking, just like, let's see what
Ooh,
I
and
have.
I've surpassed 20 hit points.
Did you get 25?
I'm 25 now.
You are
Sure.
tied. You're tied with the Drake then.
Oh, good.
I'm at
Yeah, no.
27.
Like, because last level, the Drake literally had more than I did.
Yeah. So you've caught up.
I'm at
Caught up.
27.
You gain 5 per level. Yeah. And I now ignore all cover.
Oh, you took
Fucking
sharpshooter?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like-
a good one.
People getting covered from like my allies being close to them. Fucking brutal. So sharpshooter it up. But I literally missed every fucking shot I took today.
No. I was like, I need to be next to someone, but no one's fucking there.
Okay, and
Well-
then
Quentin, you and I need to partner up because I also need to be next to
Definitely.
someone.
Definitely.
Jeez.
Problem is, you'd have to go
Stop.
front line all the time.
Which I'm okay with doing when I have all of my spell slots and can cast shield. But yeah, no, that one hit from Graves just really knocked me on my ass.
I was gonna have Marcellinus heal you, but then you hid, and I'm like, well, now he can't see you, so he can't run after you and heal you. So I guess he's gonna go throw his last javelin.
Well, it's like what else was she gonna do? And it's Trisha too. Like if it was Karen, she probably wouldn't have hid, but it was Trisha, so it was like, okay, well, Trisha's out of there. Trisha's done.
Yeah, no, that sounded like a Trisha type thing. Like the minute the argument starts going against her, just like, bail, bitch.
also DM,
Bye.
do you have a long rest or no?
Yeah, that was part of a long rest where you leveled up.
Okay, making sure. Just making sure.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, and make
We're
sure you
not gonna
minus a
get
day's worth of food. I forgot about that one.
Okay, ration.
1 day of rations.
Okay.
We got a few days of rations off the deer though, which I believe we've just eaten all of.
I think we've also got stuff when we raided one of the first outposts when I just fucked the whole encounter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many days of rations that is, but that's just all on the
That-
horse.
I can tell you in a moment as soon as I open it up.
Cleansing stone.
What was in the? Sorry, what was in the dust in a bottle?
DM.
That was the arcane components.
Okay. It wasn't.
I think that
anything
was
special.
30 gold pieces worth, so you can use those as part of spell casting
Nice.
for things that require gold pieces worth of components.
All right.
Like
we have,
normally, Find Familiar I think requires 10 gold pieces of incense normally. You could replace that with components. You could also use them to craft magical items, because those require a lot of gold pieces worth of material.
Well, we have 50 days worth of food and water.
I don't know how much this weighs. Let me just put 0.
And the bag of holding can carry.
And I do
A shit
use
ton.
the optional encumbrance rules, so keep that in mind.
600 pounds.
Yeah,
So how
it
much
carries it carries a little bit more than a normal bag of holding, which is usually 500.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I think there's an option on your sheet that you can turn on that tells you if you're encumbered or not.
It shows up
Yeah,
red on your total weight thingy in your equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
there's a setting on the settings page that changes it from standard encumbrance to variant encumbrance, though.
Yeah, and I decided to use the variant just because the standard is kind of doesn't really. I don't know. I feel like it isn't a good representation for strength. Like it gives you the ability to carry a lot more than I think you would be able to.
How do you add that?
It's on your character sheet. One of the settings is variant encumbrance, I think. It's in the cog tab, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Um,
where all like the AC modifiers and shit are, which you might want to turn on no one because you can use that to add one when you go into blade songs to your AC, so it updates properly.
Yeah, I think it's something like 5 times your strength score you can carry unencumbered. If you go over that, you lose 10 feet of movement per round, up to like 10 times your strength score. And if you go over 10 times your strength score, then you're heavily encumbered, which gives you a bunch of disadvantages, which is bad to be. So you don't want that.
Yeah, I think if I actually put on the half plate, then I'm encumbered by default because 5 times my strength score is 40.
Yeah, well, half plates, was it medium armor? You're supposed to have a decent amount of strength to be able to wear it, right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Half
But I've
plate's
got a
really
horse.
good.
It is really good.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have a horse, then encumbrance doesn't matter as much. Though, if you ever end up going into a cave or something, you probably can't bring your horse.
Yeah.
So it depends on the situation. And then you could, I guess, switch out armors to something lighter.
Yeah, I'll probably keep my leather and chuck the plate on when I'm on the horse.
Although your horse is just so, like, easy to kill.
What, you mean you did 12 points of damage to it when it has 13 hit points?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking it.
You probably will want to invest in, like, a war horse at some point if you want to keep doing the mounted thing. Mounted combat is also a really good feat if you want to go that way.
There's only a couple levels before my Drake becomes a mount.
Oh, yeah, see, that will work well, too. I feel like they almost overcompensated because the original Ranger was so crappy. Then, like, some of the newer Rangers are so much better. I feel like they should go back and fix the Beastmaster.
Oh yeah.
I think, like, in campaigns, in campaigns that, like, allow it to be good, it is decent. It, like, depends on. It just depends on the sort of campaign setting.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 7th level, my Drake can be a mount. We're a ways off that.
Sorry, how do I add that bonus for my blade singing armor AC?
So on the cog tab, there is some check boxes